Hello, welcome to the stand. Little bit later start than we anticipated, but we'll dive into that here in just a second. My name's Jimbo,
I'm Matt.
and we're here to bring you the truth, more truth, and nothing but the truth again tonight.
You feeling the spirit, ain't you, Jimbo?
Oh my goodness, brother. Oh my goodness. Listen, for one thing, just go ahead and let me give a shout out to my boys, my 7th and 8th grade boys. We have a couple 6th graders. We're a 7th grade team by most part. We do have, when we play in 8th grade tournaments, we've got 3 8th graders. So 6th, 7th, and 8th grade team tonight, we played a team that has players from sophomore up to senior travel team. And we laid the wood to them, brother. Like 102 to 40.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's
And,
awesome.
those boys, man, I'm telling you what, they make me look so good as a coach. And I really didn't, I enjoy the ride, sitting over there being on the bench with those guys. And I'm just blessed to be a part of their basketball journey. But we're not here to talk about basketball tonight. But setting that up, I did go out tonight and coach the basketball game.
And he did not buy his wife no Pioneer stuff.
I didn't buy my wife no Pioneer stuff, even though I was up late. But she did hear me through her conscious sleep last night.
Yeah.
But anyway, she sidetracked me. I coached the game, and then we went out to eat. Took my son, chaperoned his date with his new lady friend tonight. It was their first outing together. So, he showed off a little bit on the basketball court and then took her out to eat. And then, so I was a little late getting home again. Imagine that. But so I did not get to finish recording and uploading Ernie's testimony. However, when I threw the disc in to go back to that spot, I actually, when I pulled it up, my testimony was the first thing I saw. So I figured, let's watch a little bit of it. So I just noticed right off the bat some things that I really want to get out there and show and talk about tonight. So tonight, right here on the stand, you're going to hear Shelby Shell's confession to murder. You're going to hear one key detail in that confession.
There will be a trigger warning for that.
Yeah, that was not the detail that was not released to the media. So nobody knew that was a part of the murder, and nobody could have known except for the murderer. So anyway, you're going to hear that, and you'll see me on the witness stand. I look younger, so
well, you were younger.
I am quite handsome. What, just 2 years ago? 3 years ago. But I am still quite handsome, But anyways, we're going to dive right into that here in a minute. I do understand that we've had some things going on today in the world of hashtag URN. Let's everybody throw a hashtag URN and some hands up for that, and then let's talk about it just for a minute. Crap, I missed my window there. Oh, right, there it is. Hashtag URN. Got you, Ern. Oh, yes. RAS Illusion. I don't think I've seen you in here before. Welcome to the stand. KC Girl, good to see you here tonight. Sean, good to see you. James Foster, good to see you. Carrie Lawson, good to see you.
Brent, what's going on, dude?
Yeah, Brent, what's up?
I seen you battling in that trafficking awareness group or bounty hunter group, bro, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff, Brent. Way to keep fighting it, man.
Yeah, and Ernie don't like it, man, when there's like he likes being that, like, in that bounty hunting group. Like, he didn't expect other people to ever see that he was, what he was doing and call him out on it. And like now he's seeing some being called out on his stalking behavior.
Yep.
And is being made more of a fool in the bounty hunting industry than even he was before. So you guys are still doing great. Still, flooding the internet with truth and information for people to see. If you will go to Twitter, you'll see that Ern's new publicist has decided to step away from him because of all the negative publicity that he brings. So there is that. I'm sure Ernie hasn't announced that yet, but you know whose fault it's going to be, right?
TROLLS.
You damn trolls. What's wrong with you people?
I just want to say, guys, the people that have messaged me today and I barely got to talk to, do not be discouraged. I was just really busy at work. I will be messaging you. It might be in odd hours, but I will be in contact. And thank you for reaching out, because today has been an eye-opener. A lot of different names have been coming, talking. So it's just a matter of time before Ernie's past is right on his heels and takes care of problems,
Oh yeah.
So, and I mean, you've seen some of the people that have been messaging Jimbo.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I've seen a ton.
Yeah,
and
significant names
and significant stories and tie-ins that we're not going to talk about yet. But we are, and that's another thing. Like, we're not throwing anybody under the Ernie bus. If you got something to tell us and you don't want us to say it, then we're not going to say it.
And a lot of you already know I could have talked a long time ago, and I haven't. That's not what we're here to do. We're actually trying to stand in front of the bus for you. We're trying to draw the heat on us. So just keep those messages, keep those shares, those hashtags, all of that going, guys. It's going great.
I'm looking up I'm going to bring up the video, so keep
okay.
And I'm going to look these up.
But yeah, guys, I'm hearing that Ernie's telling his mods they're gonna have to show ID and all this shit. And if you're one of his mods, I know you're probably listening right now. Do know this man is dangerous. You do not need to let him have your vital information like that. That is for you, your employers, police, hospitals, not for Ernie fucking Shell.
Yeah, I'm still listening and looking, but I actually suggest that no matter who it is, it's really not worth being a mod for. Like, there's other ways to vet somebody other than to want to see their ID, and Ernie has already displayed, and there's other people, like I said, not just Ernie, but anybody, but Ernie especially has displayed that he doesn't care to take that information and look it up and use it against you if you ever dare to say anything, other than, Ernie is perfect or Ernie is the man.
Look at what he's doing to the trolls right now. Look at what he did to Miss Connard. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need to pay attention to what he's doing to all these other people, because it will be you there eventually.
Yeah. All right, let's see. I got 8 videos. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I found them. All right. So, without further ado, let me cue this up, and then I will put screen share. And I want to go ahead and point out, there's a couple of things in this testimony and in the video that I want you to look for. First, you're going to hear me in the phone call with Shelby Shell, and I am clearly trying to be his best friend on the face of the earth. I'm trying to let him know that I'm trustworthy and that Ernie's trustworthy and that he can freely speak to us about the murder, about any other crimes, and all this. What I'm talking about, like, how Ernie in the testimony yesterday was talking about, well, he hadn't talked to him about robbing anybody or anything, but yes, he had. He had told us all that stories. I didn't believe him. Like, I didn't believe he was going to go rob anybody. I don't think Ernie really thought he would, but sure enough, he did, and then it turned into to murder. But anyway, there's also, if you'll notice, we thoroughly dissected Ernie's body language yesterday. And now he looked fearful of, he wasn't the big bad bounty hunter that he puts on like, and he wasn't, at all costs, not that guy. He still was trying to brag about who he was and being an investigator. And, that come back to bite him because the wonderful investigator that swore he saw the murder weapon described the wrong weapon. But, he kept looking down at his phone. He wouldn't face. Hey, dog's chewing up his cord over here.
Uh-oh.
Get it.
I bet you have your hands full with those puppies, man.
Oh my goodness. And
did it quit?
Yeah, they're actually climbing over their puppy kennel, and it's just, man, they're hard to keep up.
Right.
But anyway, Ernie wouldn't face the prosecutor. We didn't hear the defense yet, and he surely didn't look at Shelby when he said, "I'm the defendant's brother." You're going to see, I'm constantly looking eye to eye with the prosecutor. I look eye to eye with the defense attorney, and then I look eye to eye with Shelby Shell and point him out in the courtroom, point my finger right at him. So anyway, that's the difference between somebody who's being honest about everything and somebody who's being honest about some things. But I've almost got this ready to queue up. Let me share a screen, and I'm going to ask you guys if you can see it. Let me go ahead and do this first. All right. No, it didn't work. All right. Share screen. I'm trying not to show all the tabs in my computer because I realize that I've accidentally showed more than I need to. And I apologize for anybody that's been seen that didn't want to be seen because of that. But I think I've remedied the issue, and that's that. So, all right, I've got it sharing. Let me pull up. Actually, I think I messed up. All right. Texas thing. All right, back to the still talking to myself. You guys know how I am. Share screen. Share screen. Home tab. Bam. There we are. There I am. Can everybody see me there?
I see that head.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, that sticks out. So, all right. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and play some of my testimony here.
Mr. Collins, this recording you made, when you play it, please, for the jury.
Yes.
Have the volume and try to adjust it the best you can for the microphone so it's recorded into the record, please.
Actually, he's asked me to go ahead and play the recording. So when I was recording this earlier from my son's computer, my volume during this part of it is kind of low, but the recording part is really loud, and it's kind of hard to understand. But, the video is uploaded on the stand, so you can go back and read it and replay it as much as you want. Be happy to have you do that, and just, check those videos out, share them. Have your friends or somebody look at them with you, and make what you want out of it. I have nothing to hide. So here we go.
I woke up. I was like, hey, you're all right, brother. Hey, you sure have them pennies? Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, bring them. I'll buy them. Wait on them.
All right. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm going to try to kind of narrate a little bit. So, like I said before, Shelby had called me and I wasn't ready to record the call. So I called him back. And I said, I wasn't ready when you, or I didn't say I wasn't ready. I said, I was still in bed when you called there earlier. So, I'm muted. No, I'm not. Okay. But anyway, I asked him, first thing, hey, buddy, do you still have those pennies? And in the evidence and something that was stolen from Mr. King's home was a jar of wheat pennies. And Shelby had tried to sell me those pennies before, a few days before, but I didn't know where they came from. And I didn't buy them because, I don't collect money, and wheat pennies to me is worth 1 cent each.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's like, you want to buy these? I was like, well, I mean, I can take them to the bank and cash them in for you, or I can give you a penny each for them if that helps you out, But anyway, he wanted to get big money from them, so he didn't sell them to me the first time. But I asked him about, if you got the pennies, and yeah. So I said, well, bring them down here, man, and I'll buy them from you. How much you want for them? And he goes, just gas money's all I want. Okay. So there we are, and we're going to play a little bit more now. All right. I asked him what time he was coming down. He was supposed to come down and do a little work for me, and then he and Ernie were supposed to go do some things later, in Harlan. I don't know what the exact extent of that was. Now, I do know Shelby had talked about wanting to go rob people, and, so I can't speak for who he was going to rob, or, I'm sure Ernie could tell you, because he's got this big story on all these lawyers. He saved their lives. So, but the savage line he talks about is talking right now. And anyway, he's like, I can't get Ernie out of bed. Ernie, who is always throwing off on people for sleeping late, and he's always up early in the morning. Well, his brother, the serial killer, according to Ernie, couldn't get him up out of bed. So I said, hey, you want me to start calling him? See if I can get him up? Yeah. Okay. So we'll play a little bit more.
Did you tell him that you looked back your room? Yeah.
So right there, the night before, Shelby had confessed, and I kind of messed up right there because he told me and Ernie in the basement of my home that he killed the guy. So I almost screwed that up, and I said, did you tell Ernie? Because I really don't know what to say to get him to start talking about it again, but luckily I was able to get him to talk about it. Anyway, I said, did you tell Ernie you went up there and killed old dude? And you can hear him clearly say, yeah, he knows. So that's the setup of where we're at right now, and we'll just play a few more minutes. I think this segment's just 2 minutes 25 seconds, and we're a little over halfway there. So we'll go ahead and play a little bit more here.
kill nobody else, man.
Okay, so that's the end of that one. Let's talk about that a little bit. Ernie, and that's pretty legit. Like Ernie didn't want him to kill nobody.
Did you
else.
know the same
My
video API
goodness,
that
why does that
does
always
this
happen to me?
can also
Hang on
do
a second.
this and even this?
All right. Man, why didn't you tell me that was going to happen?
I had no idea, bro.
I'm supposed to have
I was,
a
up,
back,
I was over here doing dab rips.
doing
Dabbing.
crazy, man, crazy.
I love you.
All right, so let me back this up so I can get to my spot again. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the next video and then pause it so we can just take right off. Okay. So anyway, you can hear right there at the end when I say he don't want you to kill nobody else again. He starts laughing, man, and you can recognize that laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's that same Ernie Shell laugh when he gets caught in a lie, right?
Yep.
Like, uh-oh, you got me. But, yeah, he's the night before when Ernie tried to call him, he knew something was up. Ernie called him at, almost 4 o'clock in the morning, wanting to talk about things he never wanted to talk about, and then all of a sudden he's wanting to call him. So he was suspicious, and that's why Ernie didn't get the confession on tape. That's why Ernie really didn't bring a savage line to justice. But that's neither here nor there. But so we're going to go ahead and go right on into this next, unless you got something, Matt, before we move on to the next one.
No, I'm listening to the story, bro.
Okay.
This
So
is all new to me too.
Yeah, so I'm going to play a little bit, and this is still me playing Shelby's, or not cassette, but his digital recording here.
They don't, bro. He talks like he knows that guy that killed him. Yeah. He knows him, you hear me? Yeah.
All right. Now, there's a key thing. You know how Ernie has said, and he also said on the witness stand that he didn't know Ronnie King? Well, he did know Ronnie King.
Mm-hmm.
And his brother, who at that time was still thinking Ernie loved him and worshipped him, because I just told him he did, said, yeah, he knew him. So that made the jury even more weary, I'm sure. Like, why is Ernie saying he doesn't even know the man? I mean, that's what if I'm on the jury, that's what I'm thinking. Why is he denying knowledge of who he was? Yeah, I mean, I heard he managed some apartments in Eastbrook, but, I didn't know nothing about him. Okay, well, your brother just said you did, and your brother literally has no reason to lie to me about it.
Right?
And Ernie did know who Ronnie King was. I don't know why he's
dude in a town like that, in a town that small, not just a small town. I'm talking about one like that. I grew up in that type, and everybody. I don't give a damn. Even if the person is a hermit, you still know them or know about them. That's just the way it goes. So yeah, it's almost like he's just trying to disassociate himself. You know what I mean? Trying to set up future bullshit. Yeah.
Hey, RAS Illusion. I mean, I love having you here, but I don't know who you're talking to. But we're not. I don't know. You said seems too busy blowing Benny currently. I don't know why you would say that, but that's not what we're here talking about, and really unnecessary. So let's kind of, this is not a Ernie Shell chat where people are going to attack each other, and I'm not going to attack anybody. I'm not attacking you. Believe me, I promise you I'm not. I just, let's don't do that, okay? Let's focus on this trial and what we're covering right now, and then, no thanks, and Benny, they made friends, and some people are mad about it. So, but in in life, it's better when people can get along anyway. You know, Benny,
Mhm.
whoever. So, you know. But anyway, just wish you wouldn't, you know, do that. We don't want any crazy fighting or anything in here. So, all right, I'm gonna play a little bit more of the real killer, Holmes. I'm gonna play a little bit more of his testimony now. All right. So I'm not sure if you guys can hear all that, but what I'm saying to Shelby is, you know, if you take Ernie with you to rob these people, is there any way you can not kill them? And I'm just trying to, you know, get him to talk more about actually what he did. And, you know, you're getting ready to hear him say that, yeah, that's what I want to do, man. I just want to rob them, and Ernie won't give me the handcuffs. So, but you'll hear that yourself out of the killer's mouth. But I just wanted to let you know that's what was said right there. So. All right. So he's wanting those handcuffs so he don't have to use zip ties. He's used 6 zip ties, he said, to tie Ronnie King up, and he broke them all. And he used a whole roll of duct tape, and Ronnie King broke through it. And he says, I've used duct tape all my life. And that goes back to the, you know, previous convictions of him, like robbing people, like the elderly, under the pretense of being Meals on Wheels or whatever. So, you know, I guess he used duct tape, to tie those people up. Never killed any of them. And if he was a serial killer, then surely he would have killed those people. But that's neither here nor there. So let's go ahead and listen to a little bit more. All right, that's the end of that one. So let me before that skips on and starts playing on another video on us. Let me back on up and queue up the next video, and then we'll talk about that one for a minute. All right, we are on, that was part 2, part 3, pause. Okay, so, all right. So he's talking about using the duct tape. Hang on, I'm not sure I know how to use the closed captioning. I mean, if somebody knows how and they can set that up, maybe one of our mods, I don't know. Or Matt, if you know how.
What are we doing?
I'm answering you, like you said, if I use closed captioning, I don't know if I can. I don't know how to do it. But
Oh, I don't know. I know I seen it asked in the chat. People were asking if you could.
yeah, if we can turn it on, that would be great. I just don't know how. You know, like I said, that's why I'm trying to kind of narrate. But I'll mute from now on, and maybe that'll help. But anyway, it's a recording on a digital thing, and it was even hard for the jury to hear. So, and it's a recording played over a speaker and then played through my son's computer and recorded with my phone and then uploaded to YouTube. So it's not the best quality. I know that. But that's why I'm trying to, kind of narrate. But he's talking, Shelby talks, and I in my testimony, I'm getting ready to clearly say pretty much everything Shelby said. Like, yeah, they asked me to talk about what he said to the jury. So he says he came in there after, he went into another room to get a hammer to try to quieten him up with, quietly bash his brains in, I guess. Couldn't find one, so he comes back in the room and sees a shotgun and the guy crawling towards it and says, "You stupid son of a bitch." And then, I don't know if it was in that part yet or coming up next, but he takes the pillow, puts it to his head, and makes a gun noise like he just shot somebody. So, and that is the part that was never released to the media. Ernie didn't know that. And Pam Stidham didn't know that. The lady who says Ernie put a gun to her head? We're already seeing similarities between Ernie and Shelby. I'm not saying Ernie killed this guy. I've told you my views on that. And you can hear Shelby himself taking full credit for murdering. But, and he doesn't mention a single soul helping him. But that kind of pattern, just like with the laughter you hear when Ernie gets caught lying, and the laughter when Shelby, was talked to about the, killing the guy, or it's just, it shows that pattern of behavior, and it seems to be that Ernie's even showing more of it now. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and start this. Unless you got something, Matt, anything you want to talk about now?
No,
Okay.
no, go ahead, brother. You're rocking.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna mute my mic and go start this next one. And let me look and see how long this one is right quick. It is 46 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this whole segment. Looks like it might be still the end of the tape where he actually talks about pulling the trigger and goes. But I'm going to play this full segment with my mic muted, and then I will stop it and unmute, and we'll discuss and maybe even take some questions for a minute. Okay. So let me mute first.
He didn't really leave no choice but kill him, did he? He really did make no choice. The last time I told you, motherfucker. And I put the film out, and he grabbed the hold of me, and he grabbed the hold of me, I went, oh, you hear me? Yeah, I mean, he would kill you, I guess, if you wouldn't kill him. Not tell right. They said he was up. I'm gonna say, I'm proud of him. Look at me, break that fucking shit, make sure I put it out. I put a whole bunch of mow on him, bro. A whole mow, bro. You hear me? Yeah. Hey, bro, fucking up. Hey, Ernie's calling me, man. Let me get that, and I'll call you back. We'll set something up for later. All right, buddy. Bye-bye.
Okay. So that was the end of the call with me and Shelby, and you can see how fast I hung up and got off the phone with him. Like, I had what I needed from him. No need for me to be his buddy anymore, and act like we were friends, because at that point I'm sick to my stomach anyway, especially with the stuff he's coming with, and like it just so I told him, and Ernie really was calling, so I said, Ernie's calling, let me get this right quick and I'll call you back. So, and I actually did talk to him again, and we'll talk about that here in a little while. It doesn't come up in witness testimony, but I will tell you what I was doing when we talked again, or what he was doing. So, so there's the confession. Okay. And you'll hear me talk to the prosecution about that, or I'm sorry. Yeah, the prosecution about that first, and then the defense. But that's pretty powerful stuff. Like, you've got the guy saying, how he killed a guy, and they found that pillow with a bullet hole in it with blood, spatter on it, where he did take the gun, put it to his head, and pulled the trigger, just like he said in the confession. Now, only the killer would know that, would know those details, and that's a slam freaking dunk on a confession of a killer. And you tell me, you explain to me, and maybe you guys got some ideas from that you can come up with, but how do 6 jurors, half of the jury, 50% of the people with the man's life in their hands, how do they listen to that and get presented all the evidence with the pillow and the gun and the bullet hole? How do you not convict? How do you vote not guilty? How? Is Ernie's credibility that friggin' bad?
Obviously, dude.
Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of, And this guy wants to claim he brought a savage lion to justice? No, man, no. We dropped that savage lion off at the footsteps of justice, and then you came and set him free with your lies. Just because you can't tell the truth. Just because you want to be a hero and not a zero. Just because you have to add your friggin' flavor to everything. Like, I didn't know, he asked me to take him up there, and then, but I didn't know. I didn't take him. Okay? Why are you going out of your way to make sure the jury knows you did not take him up there? Okay? Why do you have to be a gun expert? And then why do you have to lie? Obviously, a complete lie, caught in a lie. When you say, I saw the label on the gun, and the damn gun is not what you said it was. You said, I saw the label, Ernie. Smith & Wesson. I saw the label. But it wasn't a Smith & Wesson. Ernie, are you listening? All right, I'm worked up a little bit, guys. Talk a little bit.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's sad when a prosecution has a slam dunk case and a person like Ernie comes around and fucks it up. Because I mean, do they have death penalty in Kentucky?
Yes, but
because that was definitely premeditated. You know what I mean?
The death penalty case was off the table because of Shelby's IQ. He was his IQ is so low that he was not prosecutable by death or punishable by death. So the prosecution wanted death penalty. So, but no, they didn't get it. You're right, Spooky ML. You said something just a second ago because Ernie threw so much reasonable doubt in there. You're right. And your husband said no one could mistake a Smith & Wesson for a Rossi. You're right. Like, that's, like I said, that's the first time I had actually heard Ernie's testimony. All I knew was what Ernie told me he testified, and that never came up. Like, I would have told him, when he told me that. And maybe that's why they ask witnesses not to discuss things during the trial, and we didn't. But I would have told him, like, dude, it wasn't a Smith & Wesson. So that's huge, man. Like, I don't think I can specify just or make it known just how friggin' huge that is. Like, just for me personally, if I'm sitting on the jury and somebody's facing life in prison, and you say that you saw him with the murder weapon, and then you tell me it's a different weapon than what he was murdered with, that's enough for me. Hands are wiped. It's enough for me. I'm not sending somebody to jail for the rest of their life if you say you knew what kind of gun it was and then you describe the wrong gun. Right?
Mhm.
I mean, that smells of a setup, right? I wasn't aware the Shell family was hated, maybe avoided, but hated. I wasn't aware that they were hated. I've never been told that. Of course, um, you know, like I said, everybody kind of thought Ernie was a special, case. But even growing up, they saw right through his lies about being a professional boxer, and everybody knew he was a compulsive liar. Just like Sean says, Sean knows Ernie pretty well. He was, around the same age, went to the same school. So Sean knows his lies. Like Sean knows he was never on no friggin' milk carton. He was never missing for a long period of time, and where they said he was kidnapped. James, I believe he took a plea deal of 20, either 20 or 25 years.
I think he gets out in 36, don't he?
I think he's 36, 39. I know he's eligible for parole in 32, I think, is what I was told.
Okay.
So, but it's, now I'm confident because I talked to Shelby face to face. I recorded his confession, and I know 100% in my heart Shelby acted alone and killed Ronnie King. No doubt about it in my mind. I'd put anything on that. But if I'm a juror and I'm presented with evidence under the law and all that stuff, I just don't believe that I could convict.
Well, wasn't this case in Bell County?
Was in Bell County, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't in Harlan County. So,
No.
just so everybody knows, this wasn't a local. Well, I mean, it was local, but out of town local.
Right, yeah.
It'd be like going to Jeff County from Cott County or something.
Yeah,
So.
the trial is in Pineville. Everett's is probably 45-minute drive from Pineville.
Okay.
The edge of once you get into Harlan, on 119, the highway there, it's about a 30-minute drive to Pineville. So it's next county over, like it's Harlan County, then Bell County, but the actual towns where all the civilization is and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But that is at least 30 minutes away. And the trial.
Do you know why they moved it?
2013. The trial wasn't until 2019. What did you say, man?
Right, the murder happened in February of 2013, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Why did they move it out of town? Was it because his family wasn't liked?
No, there was actually something that, something to do with a juror, or maybe something the judge or prosecution did that, whatever it was, I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, the defense asked for a mistrial to be declared. Like, just set us free. But instead of declaring a mistrial, they just moved it. Moved the trial from Harlan County to Bell County.
I got you.
And, who knows? I mean, if the trial had been in Harlan County, it may have been a different outcome. But I don't know, man. Like, I never understood, but I'm starting to see, like, just through the eyes of a juror that, man, I mean, I can't really fault them given what I've seen so far. And, I've seen in those DVDs, there's disturbing images, like just.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm sure.
But, I still, it's just, I don't know, man. It's really bothering me that Ernie screwed that up so bad. I thought it was 100% just because he was a liar and his credibility. But I'm learning that it wasn't just his credibility. It's that he was caught red freaking handed in a lie. Like, we
About
got
the
you,
gun?
boy. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, like, why are you lying on your brother about the murder weapon? And I don't understand.
And that sort of gives you more insight on probably why his family disowned him.
Yeah.
Or at least at one point. I mean, I know he talks to his sisters. I just don't know about how much and everything like that. But
Oh, you remember when I was telling you earlier, Matt, that right before we went live, that there was something that the defense said that also, tried to cast doubt on Ernie. I remember what it was now, and we're going to hear it in the tapes here in a minute. But I want to go ahead and like, my theory, because I did not, as Ernie likes to tell everybody, give Shelby a gun. For one thing, that was a gun I bought off a friend that I valued, that I would never have sold or given away to anybody for nothing, and I damn sure wouldn't have loaned it to a convicted felon. Okay. But Ernie likes to tell everybody in his little bullshit on his, when he wants to try to threaten me and go online and make me look like the bad guy, that I gave Shelby the murder weapon. Okay, well, first thing, dipshit, you don't even know what the murder weapon was, obviously. And second thing is, now I remember what I was telling you. My theory on Shelby getting the murder weapon, I kept that gun in my underwear drawer. And after, what was told to us, I checked my underwear drawer and the gun was gone. But so
wow.
that's in my witness statement. And the defense, make sure I get this right because we're going to hear it anyway. But the defense asks me, we were moving stuff, right? Because my house had burnt down and we were moving into that home that we lived in and moving things around. But they asked me, was Ernie also present when we were moving stuff? And I said, yes. And I never even gave no thought to that other than now I see. Now I know why they're saying that, Okay. All right. You guys ready to jump back into this?
Hell yeah, man.
All
Hell
right.
yeah.
I feel like I get long-winded and I don't want to run you guys away by being too talkative and missing out on the good stuff, but here comes some more good stuff. Yeah, let me go ahead and mute. Sorry. Well, I queued up the wrong video, I think. That was that 46 seconds one we just watched, right?
Yeah, it was the short one.
Part 3. Let me go to part 4 here, and I will pause. And I'll go back and mute, and then we're ready. Sorry, I had to pause and unmute. I wanted to point out again that now that I'm not having to hold that tape recorder up by the microphone and I can sit up straight, I've got 2 artificial discs in my neck, and anyway, I can't look upwards. So now that I'm not having to hold that phone or hold that recorder up to the microphone, you can see the difference in when I talk to the, yes, well, in my line of sight. I look at who's talking to me. Right. I look at who I'm talking to. You saw when Ernie was giving his testimony, like he was trying to
looking down, man.
looking down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost the
And he
whole
wasn't
damn
lying about
time.
everything, but he was trying to be a big hero, and he knew he was lying about some stuff, so he kept looking down. I swear I would love, and maybe we can find somebody to come on here and just go over the body language, a body language expert.
Yeah.
But so I'm going to go ahead and mute now. I think there is like a little bit of time here where the prosecution's getting ready to ask me their questions or whatever. So there may be a little bit of dead air while they're doing that. But I'm going to mute now and we'll play.
That's about 4 minutes long, that conversation.
Yes.
We'll not play it again, but I'll have you listen to it several times, I'm sure.
Yes.
Or we won't play it again now. It's in the evidence. The jury will have the evidence of the deliberation. Let's briefly, it is hard to hear, even with that recording and in this room. But briefly, you were there, of course, present during the conversation. Did I understand you to say, ask him a question at the beginning about pennies?
Yes, I did.
And what was that?
I asked him if he still had the pennies.
And were these the pennies that you testified to earlier that he had brought to your house trying to sell you coins and things?
Yes.
And what did he tell you?
Told me he did still have them.
And you said, and what did you tell him?
I said, how much do you want for them?
Then you go on to the conversation. One time you mentioned, does your brother know that you killed that man?
Yes.
And what did he reply to you? What did you understand him to say?
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, he knows.
Yes.
Did he talk to you about his brother calling him at 3 o'clock and at 3:40 and how he, I think, what does he say there?
Sounded like he really loved me. That's what he said.
And then
All right. So you can see, and like I said, a lot of this stuff here is just me reiterating and affirming that what was said between Shelby and myself. But you can also see that I'm looking at the prosecutor when I speak. I even look, when I look to the left of the camera, to my right, I'm looking at the jury. Anytime I look to the left, I'm looking at Shelby. When I'm looking straight ahead, it's the prosecutor or defense, whoever's there at the time. But the man who's talking to me now is the prosecuting attorney, and Ernie, and even myself for a while blamed the trial, the failings of this on the prosecutor, but I'm not so sure anymore. All right, now that's the end of that video. You want to dissect a little bit? I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the next one and pause it, Matt. You there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Okay.
Sorry, I was stuck reading some comments down here. That's all.
Ernie's brother's name is Shelby Lee Shell.
Yep. Yeah, you can sort of hear the resemblance in their voices in that recording too, man. Some of the mannerisms, how they say things, you know what I mean? It's definitely something to see here, because Jimbo was there. He was the guy that recorded it, so he actually got to live it real time. And then, of course, Ernie, to some of us. Your dog okay, bro?
It's pouting.
It's in
When they
timeout.
when they can't get out of their kennel, then they start whining and crying like a little
I
baby.
got you.
You know?
Yeah. Well,
Which
they
they
are
are.
babies.
They are babies right now.
Yeah.
It's mad. You mad, bro? But yeah, that's I'm looking through some questions here, but yeah, that's Shelby Shell and Ernie. There's a lot of similarities. Their laughter,
Mhm.
their voice is very similar. And I think the prosecution even tries to play on that a little, or I'm sorry, the defense tries to play on that a little bit too. They try to make it look like Ernie is the real killer. Okay. And I think that Shelby even planted that idea for them, like, because you may remember in some of the videos that have been played,
Got the wrong one.
yeah, you got the wrong one. It ain't me. So Shelby ran with that. And the defense attorneys looked like they ran with it too. Just mostly seen my giant cranium in years. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the guy on the stand right now. I'm the bald-headed guy, the good-looking fellow with the real dark beard. And I would like to give out one of my sponsors, Just for Men. Beard guy. They don't give me anything, but I surely do use their services quite a bit. All right, you guys ready for another video?
Bring it, man.
All right, let's
Bring it.
What did you tell him when he said his brother really loved him? What did you tell him?
So he does really love him. He's worried about it.
Anything else?
And, all he talks about is Shelby Lee. That's
He's
what he
worried
refers
about
to him
you.
as.
He's worried about you. At some point, we hear laughter. You recall what that was about?
It was about him killing the guy. He responded with laughter.
Yeah. There was a cough behind me. I didn't quite catch the laugh at the time. But
He was describing what he did and then just laughed.
What was this about handcuffs? He talks about wanting you to get him some handcuffs.
He was actually wanting Ernie to get him handcuffs. Ernie's a fugitive recovery agent, or he was at that point, some point, yes.
Is that like Dog, the bounty man that goes out and finds people
Bounty hunter, yes, sir.
and takes them back? We don't do that in Kentucky because we don't have that kind of bonds.
True.
In certain states, they find them to go to bond, like Dog.
Ernie was a licensed bondsman in Tennessee.
So is that he wanted some handcuffs? What did he want with handcuffs?
Well, he said, in the phone call, I told him, if you're going to take Ernie with you, can you not kill him? Just tie him up. And he said, yeah, if Ernie will give me the handcuffs. He said,
No.
Okay, that was the end of that one. So you can hear me, the prosecutor's asking me about why, he thought Shelby asked me for the handcuffs. And I said, no, he's actually told me that, he wanted Ernie to give him the handcuffs. He said, why is that? And I said, well, because Ernie's, at that point, he was a licensed fugitive recovery agent.
Was he in 2013?
He said he was, man. I mean, let's
No, I was just thinking, man. That's all.
I don't know. He may have been. He may not have been. Dude, like, it's hard to keep up with all his lies.
Oh, I'm sure, man. I'm sure.
You never know, when he's telling, he'll show you those official documents now, his recovery agent license or whatever, but hell, who knows? Now, Ernie and I were friends, and he represented to me that he was a bounty hunter. At that point in my life, and still today, I have never seen him go on a real bounty hunt. I have never seen him cash a check from a bounty hunting agency or bail bonds agency. He may have. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying, in all my years of being his friend, I've never seen it. So Who knows? You know?
Yeah.
But just ask him; he'll tell you he's got 1,156 arrests under him.
Thunderpuss.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna look for this next video. I gotta back it up, and then our own.
Yeah, it is odd, their mannerisms, because even like you were talking in your testimony, how he says what he done or did to Rodney King and then laughed. And how many times have we seen Ernie do this in lives?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's mostly when he knows he's wrong or he's been caught in something. You know, there comes that. And it's uncanny, man. Like, you know, I know they're brothers, but just it really is uncanny the way. And you know, all the little things they do or say, and you know, Ernie's got all these things that he's repeated so many times. He says them over and over, and even in that little recording, you can hear like with Shelby. The one thing he would say all the time is, "You hear me? You hear me? You hear me?" He said that a bunch in that recording. Like, you know, it's just one of those things. And they get in that pattern, and it's something they repeat. You know, like Ernie doesn't even say Shelby's name. He refers to him as that savage lion, you know, that was released by the justice system on a helpless community that he saved. You know, now by turning him in and us doing what we did, it may have saved some people's lives. I want to think it did. You know, I want to think that some good came of it. Thank God that Shelby's family, his attorneys convinced him to at least take a plea deal. Because, like I said, man, I just don't know how. I don't know, man.
It's fucked up, dude.
There's a possibility now, you know, thinking from the defense's standpoint, there's a possibility that they would have thought, you know, in the next trial, Ernie is going to be able to go over this trial with the prosecutor. And the prosecutor is going to say, Ernie, why did you say it was a Smith & Wesson?
Yeah.
And then they're going to correct that. Or you know, anything that Ernie said to make him look like an idiot, make him look like an Ernie.
Yeah.
They could go back and correct headed into the next trial, and maybe that's why they pushed Shelby to do the plea deal, because from the time he was arrested until they went to trial, Shelby swore he was never going to plea. He was going to take it to the box. And by God, he did take it to the box. You know, he went right at Ernie, and it almost worked.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, and you could sort of see why the town, a lot of people that lived in Harlan, and the family as well, thought Ernie could have set him up for it. Because, well, I mean, why would you go and lie on the stand like that? Why? You know what I mean? So, I mean, and I know there was like message boards and stuff like that where people were talking about it. You can see where it could fuel from.
Oh, yeah.
Not saying it was all true. I'm just saying you could see where it would come from. Because Ernie screws himself every time.
Yep. All right. You guys ready for another video?
Bring it.
All right. Let me mute, and we will start on with that.
Then I can handcuff him, kill him, just tie him up. And he said, yeah, if Ernie will give me the handcuffs, he said, I told him, if you give me the handcuffs, I won't have to kill nobody. Then I can handcuff him and tie him up.
Ernie knew his brother. He wouldn't give him handcuffs.
He would not give him the handcuffs.
What was the problem? Did he tell you about why he needed handcuffs?
Yes, he described not being able to tie Mr. King up. He said that he unsuccessfully tried zip ties. He said he broke 6 zip ties, and then he said he used a whole roll of duct tape, and that Mr. King broke through that. He said, you know, if he had handcuffs, he could handcuff him and tie him up without any trouble.
I could hear one thing very clearly when he says, "You stupid son of a bitch." What was that about?
He was describing the crime scene, and he had left the room, I guess, and he said when I walked back in, and he was on his hands and knees.
Is this when he left the room to go get a hammer, he said?
Yes, he was going to try to find something to kill him with quietly. That's what he said on the tape.
So he comes back in.
And he said there's a shotgun in the floor, and he saw Mr. King on his hands and knees, and he said, "You stupid SOB," and kicked him in the face.
Then I think what is it you say to him about the killing?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
What did you say to him on there near the end about the killing? Something about he didn't kill him, or what?
Yeah, I was just trying to get him to affirm that he killed him, again. And I said, he left you no choice but to kill him. And he would have killed you if you didn't kill him. He said, yes, absolutely, pretty much. But I think he said GD sure would. I have to kill him.
Wow.
Yeah, takes me a second to go through the windows and unmute, but yeah, I mean that's pretty powerful stuff, man. Like,
Yeah.
He zip tied the man, duct tape, and
dude was still fighting.
Yeah, and he just fought. He was fighting for his life, man.
Mm-hmm.
The dude knew that it was either him or Shelby, and he was fighting for his life. He was trying to get to his shotgun. Shelby left him a window of opportunity when he went to look for something to not make a gun noise.
Right.
He was going to bash his brains out with a hammer. So he couldn't find anything in time. So he comes back into the room, sees the man working his way towards the shotgun, and says, "You stupid son or dumb son of a bitch," whichever one he said. And then, he put that pillow to his head and took his life. It's just, it is, Katie. It's insanely sad. And that's the big thing on, like we talk about Ernie and we talk about, this trial, and I didn't really even want to go here, but Ernie insists on telling this story, trying to make himself something he's not, just like in the trial. He tried to do too much.
Yep.
He tried to oversell himself and
to look like a hero. Yeah, exactly.
And instead of actually being that guy, if he hadn't tried to make it so cinematic or, movie style type thing, if he would have just told the truth, tell the truth, just like I did. Shelby said this. And, why tell him, that Shelby said, "I know you're with the Friday the 13th industry. I'm the real killer, Holmes." I really doubt Shelby said that.
Right.
I mean, you heard Shelby on the
industry.
tape.
I mean, just that word alone.
Yeah, you heard Shelby on the tape, right? Does that sound like something that dude is going to say?
He's probably going to say, "You and your dumb horror mask bullshit," or something like that. He's not going to say something about the industry. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. For those just coming in, we are talking about the confession on tape that we played from Shelby Shell, talking about murdering Ronnie King. Shelby Shell is the younger brother of Ernie Shell. When you hear Ernie's story about bringing that savage lion to justice, this is the guy he's talking about. When you're talking about being a serial killer, this is the guy he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And
and Jimbo's the one that recorded this confession.
Yeah. And we haven't even played the opening statements yet. We may do that soon, but not tonight. But the prosecutor actually says, that this was a sloppy murder, like sloppy. And if you have committed, I think Ernie said 16 murders. Is that what he said?
Something.
If you've committed that many murders and got away with it,
That sloppy.
right? I mean, this dude ain't no serial killer, man. He's not. But that makes Ernie a bigger hero if he is, right?
In Ernie's eyes, yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, in anybody's eyes. I mean, if he really was a serial killer and then Ernie brought him to justice, that's a huge reel-in, man. Like,
how many agents did it take to take him down?
In that
according to Ernie?
In that one message we saw, it was 26, remember?
Yep.
26 agents, and they all used their tasers, and he just ripped them out. And Ernie went and knocked him out and then put him in the police car himself.
Yep. The same guy that tap danced with Cody Huskins.
Yeah.
To
and
a draw.
The same guy that Tim Black whipped his monkey ass.
Yeah. But he was throwing his bigger brother around, and not 26 agents, trained agents, could get him, but Ernie did. Yep. Yeah. Okay, we believe that one, sucker.
Hello, gossip. Welcome to the party. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and keep talking. I'm gonna queue up the next one, and we'll be ready when
Ernie. I think Ernie's 4'9". He's working on 5 foot, but yeah, his heels evens him out.
All right, you guys ready for another? This one's a little bit shorter.
Yes, sir.
Minute 24. Not shorter than Ern, but it's a minute 24. Hey, throw up some hands. Let's see them hands. If you want to see his next video, let's do it. Let's get that algorithm working. And while you're at it, throw a hand up and say #URN, baby. #URN. Let's give some props to the hero that brought a savage lion to justice. All right, I'll cue up this video. I'll put myself on mute, and we will go.
That's all the questions I have at this point, except I want to make sure that we're clear. The man on that recording, is he present in this courtroom?
Yes, sir.
And could you point him out for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes, sir. Defendant in the white shirt.
What's his name?
Shelby Shell.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have.
Cross. Mr. Collins, you and Ernie Shell were friends, right?
I know this is a short video, but I want to pause right here, and I just got to point this out. Like, you can see the difference between myself and Ernie right there.
Mm-hmm.
I pointed right through Shelby's eyeballs, pointed him right out, and said, "Shelby Shell." Like, Ernie was looking down, looking around, looking for a way out. I mean, you can see that I was ready to tell the truth and keep this monster off the street.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But that's a hero for you, not a liar.
Well, I don't know about being a hero, but I did tell the truth.
Well, you did your part, man. You did your duty. You know what I mean? You even recorded the guy. Then you went onto the stand and pointed him out, like that guy right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I appreciate it.
You were a man about your shit, dude. You handled it.
Actually, Spooky ML, Shelby was not evil-eyeing me. To be honest with you, he was looking at me like we were best friends. Like, I really didn't understand it. Like, and I don't know, man. It was weird. But yeah, he looked up there. He didn't look mad. I think he knew, that I wasn't going to change my story for him. dude actually tried to call me from jail while I was in, while he was in jail before the trial, like when he first got arrested and stuff. And I'm like, dude, you can't be calling me, man. Like, I'm not on your side here,
Right.
But yeah, but he just, he didn't try to evil eye me. I guess he knew I wasn't going to be intimidated. Now,
Well, I mean, you were
think,
squaring up at him, pointing at him. You know what I mean? That says a lot.
but I also think that he knew Ernie was intimidated by him.
Yep.
So, but all right, I'm going to finish this rest of this one up here and we'll talk a little bit.
All right.
Yes.
And you wrestled together, is that correct?
We wrestled on the same card, yes.
On the same card?
Yes. We never actually wrestled each other, but we wrestled many times on the same card.
About when did that happen?
2003 and 4.
And in 2013, February of 2013, your phone number was 606-309-0460.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And Ernie's cell phone number was 606-515-712.
That's all.
All right, that's the end of that one. And so I sort of doxed myself right there because I didn't have time to edit that. And I really don't want it to be edited. So there you go. If you want my phone number, just said it. And I've had the same phone number for years, and it was the same in 2013 as it is now. So if you start pranking me, I'm just going to block your number. But I'm not worried about Ernie getting it because he already knows it anyway.
Right.
Now, the next number they're reading off, hopefully it doesn't all get played in the video. I may have even backed up because I thought I missed something, but that's my daughter's number. She's underage girl. I would appreciate nobody using that number. And if it does get used, then we'll just end up changing the number. But so let's, be responsible. So thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and play this next video. Let me cue it up here. But it's, and you'll see there, like, the guy asked me, if me and Ernie shared a cell phone plan. And I said, I don't think so, but I know we did share a cell phone plan. Ernie borrowed my phone. And I didn't recognize the number that's my daughter's number when he said it. I don't know how many of you guys do this, show of hands, but, everything, I just go to my phone contact list and click the name. I don't know anybody's number anymore.
Right.
But that's the world we live in today.
Yeah.
But, he asked me that number, and I was like, I don't know. It may have been Ernie's number. And and then he asked me about us sharing cell phone plans. I explained to him, hell, it may be one of my kids' phone number. You want me to check? And he does. He asked me to check. And you'll see when I'm checking, I'm not looking at him. So don't hold that against me. But I am looking down at my phone, and I do realize, and I even show my phone and show him that's my daughter's number. Ernie had borrowed my daughter's phone because, honestly, the bum never paid a phone bill in his life. If you don't loan it to him or give it to him, he don't have it.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there. Let's back it up and find this. That's not the one. So let me back it up. And I think we're on this one. 2 more videos to go, counting this one. So then we'll get into some good old talk.
Hey, guys, I just want to say thanks for showing up tonight so we can show you guys this information. You guys have been showing up on our live streams pretty consistent in good numbers. And that just shows that a lot of people are interested in seeing this come to an end.
Yeah. And especially like tonight, it's a freaking Saturday night at almost 2 o'clock in the morning now, and you guys are here, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome. You guys
Thank
don't know. Me and Matt, we talk about this throughout the day, and like what a great following we have of dedicated people who bring us information and who come and participate in our lives. And we're just thankful, man. Like, I know I'm kind of speaking for Matt, but he'll tell you too. Like, he's thankful. I'm thankful. We appreciate you guys more than you know.
Yes. Thank you, though. Thank you for coming out.
Couldn't tell you. I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
In fact, you and Ernie shared a cell phone plan. Is that right?
I don't think so. Ernie may have borrowed one of my kids' phones. I've had the same phone numbers for years. I could look at my phone right now and tell you if that's one of my kids' numbers.
That's fine. So Ernie may have borrowed your kid's phone.
Possibly, yes. He still does sometimes.
And you and Ernie and Shelby were moving stuff out of your house. Is that right?
Moving stuff in the house.
In the house.
Yes, and that is my daughter Sarah's cell phone number.
Sarah's. Okay. So you were moving into a house. Is that the house that the insurance company was paying your rent?
Yes.
And they were paying that rent because your previous house burned down, right?
Yes.
And when that gun went missing, Ernie Shell was there too, right?
Yes.
And when you had conversations in the basement of your, I guess, new house, it was you and Ernie and Shelby. Is that right?
We were the only three who were in there. Yes. Ernie was in and out.
Okay. And then sometime after that conversation, you went to Harlan and talked to Trooper Corner.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
right?
Yes.
And did I hear you correctly say you talked to Sheriff Marvin Lipford?
He was present. All the interaction took place between myself and my statement was with Mr. Corner. Marvin Lipford was present.
Okay, so Marvin Lipford, at that time, the guy that just asked me if he was there, was the sheriff of Harlan County at that point. Turned out he was corrupted and, not to do with anything with the murder or anything, but financially. So he was actually put in jail and lost his office as sheriff. But I don't think that was any factor at all. But yeah, you can see that even though, that was just 3 years ago, like Ernie was still borrowing phones from me and using my family. And, so the guy was trying to, I guess, say that me and Ernie, were kind of contemplate something. I don't know, with Shelby or something, but by saying that, we shared a cell phone plan, but we didn't share a cell phone plan. Ernie borrowed one of my kids' phone. He had done it often. And at that point,
sad, dude.
Yeah. At that point, like in 2013, what is that, 9 years ago?
Yeah.
My daughter's 17 now, so she was only, 8. So yeah, he borrowed my 8-year-old daughter's phone, and I guess, I don't know. Like I said, I've not seen all the trial yet, but I don't know that if there was any phone calls between that number and Shelby's number that they brought into question or anything. But I'm sure when I watch the trial, I'll know. But other than that, like, I don't know why they would bring my daughter's phone into that, other than that Ernie used it. And they tried to say that we were sharing a cell phone plan. Never happened. We never shared a cell phone plan. Ernie mooched like Ernie does, but there was no sharing of a cell phone plan. All right. So, and now that's the defense I'm talking to. Just like with the prosecution, you can see I don't take my eyes off of it. I'm answering him man to man. with confidence. And I had never heard any of those questions. I was not prepared by anybody to answer those questions. I had no idea what was coming down, what was coming at me. So I just answered them honestly. And I think you can see that, I'm pretty quick with my response. And like I said, huge difference in my demeanor and Ernie's demeanor on the stand.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me cue up this last video here. This will be the last one for tonight. Let's see, back up. And it's it's 52 seconds. It's the end of cross-examination, I think. But, and then we will get into the heavy discussion and answer more questions and see what you guys think. And then we'll talk a little bit about what happened on the days of Ern's lives today. So always something going on with that troll. I mean,
yeah, it is, man.
Can he be a troll too? Like, I guess he's a troll. He looks like a troll. Let me mute and I will play this last video.
So in February of 2013, that 606-515-7122 number was a cell phone belonging to your daughter,
Yes.
and Ernie may have been using it.
Yes.
Okay. Now the police never searched your home, did they?
No, sir.
And they never took any one of these phones that I've been talking about?
No, sir.
And they didn't tow your car, did they?
No, sir.
That's all the questions I have.
Can you read it right?
No, Your Honor.
All right. With this excuse.
Of course, he may be recalled for rebuttal.
All right. You may step down. You need to stick around. You may be recalled. All right. Thank you.
Okay, so that's the end of me on the stand. Not the stand, the YouTube show, because I'm never leaving you guys. But the stand on the trial. So tonight we have heard the murder confession, and we have heard my testimony and my cross-examination. So just like with anything else, it's up to you guys to decide what you see and believe. But, I don't have anything to hide. Like I said, I feel like our demeanors speak a whole lot as to who was being truthful and more forthcoming with all the truth, and who wasn't. Like, I fully believe that Ernie may have saw the actual murder weapon. I really do. I believe parts of Ernie's story about Shelby pulling the gun and showing him he had a gun or whatever. But for him to get on the stand and try to make it more about him and more than what actually happened, he ended up hurting the friggin' prosecution. Like, just by him telling a lie that he saw or knew what the murder weapon was because he saw the label, the words out of his friggin' mouth. I saw the label, and he knows about guns. Okay, well, dumbass, you did not see the label, obviously. So you tried to embellish your story, make it more than what it was. The truth would have been fine. The truth and nothing but the truth, just like when you swear in, would have been perfect. But when you start lying, then you open the door for a slip up. And that's what you did, buddy. So instead of Shelby getting life without the possibility of parole, because that's what was on the table. Life in prison without possibility for parole. So instead of him getting life without parole, He got a hung jury, and then he took a plea deal, and now there's a possibility that he's going to be out in 10 years from now. Thank you, Ernie. Thank you. Because everybody in the world, his family, him, everybody knows that I'm the one who recorded him. So am I going to have to worry about my family when the Savage line is re-released back into society? Even if it waits till 2039, you know? Are you going to be worried about it, Ernie?
Oh, he's already worried about it, man.
Yeah. But, you know, it could have been much easier, much simpler. They would have got life without parole. But you're no hero, man. You're no hero. You tried to do too much. And now, just like I said I was going to do, I provided the truth. Everybody knows, Ernie. Everybody knows you're a liar.
Yep. 100%. You talking? It's mostly a lie. If you say today I did this, today was probably the only thing that was true, and that was going to be questioned. It's sad, but true. I mean, I've seen people talk about when your lips are moving, it's a lie. If you're breathing, it's a lie.
Yep.
That's horrible.
Danielle has a question I'd like to answer. It says, I have a question. Jimbo, do you think he was trying to create a mistrial, maybe because his family was already mad that he was snitching on his brother? Actually, no, I don't. I don't think he was trying to create a mistrial. I think he was trying to be the hero and specifically say, yeah, I saw that murder weapon. I can tell you exactly what it was, too. It was a Smith & Wesson 38 blued steel. Well, no, it wasn't. It was a stainless steel Rossi 38. Stainless steel Rossi. And you were specific about that gun.
Mm-hmm.
You were specific. Man. Oh, my God. I mean, this is bothering me, man. It really is. Like, you know, dude was murder confession. Confession. A confession. And this POS, this worthless scum, trying to be a hero, trying to be the focal point of a movie someday. You know, his story wants to be told. You know, he wants his story told. Are you going to tell the whole story, Ernie? When you find some sucker, actually, I don't think you ever will. But if you do, you find some sucker to tell that story. Are you going to leave that part in there about that Smith & Wesson? Or are you going to lie about it? You know, this is unfiltered, unedited, straight from the courthouse DVDs. I barely got them recorded, much less edited. So, dude, I just don't understand why. And I could ask you why. I could invite you on the show. I could go on the show you're on, but you won't answer it. You'll make some excuse why you'll say I'm lying or that's not how it happened. But everybody here saw it happen. And it's going to be on YouTube forever.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to be able to see this. They're going to go watch it.
Staying put. Yep. Not going nowhere, buddy.
They're going to watch it, and they're going to see. You lied. And you are the major reason why your brother is eligible to come up for parole.
For any release, yes. Thanks a lot.
He could have been institutionalized for the rest of his life. And the population, that poor community that you saved that savage lion from is going to be in danger again. Because even if he serves his entire sentence, he's going to get out of jail. He's going to come home from prison.
Yep.
And now more than ever, he's going to want to settle some scores, brother. You think he's going to just say, it's okay, Aaron? Who's answering? Pendar, the sheriff. Let's see this question. So the sheriff was corrupt and DNA evidence wasn't complete. The sheriff was corrupt as far as using county money on his personal endeavors. As far as the Shelby Shell trial, the sheriff had no hand in that whatsoever. They tried to make it seem like that. But as I told, in my testimony, the sheriff was there because it's in his county, technically, but the state police handled the investigation. The state police investigator is the one who testified in the trial. There was no DNA evidence that wasn't complete. I don't know where in the world that comes from. Like, that's just those rumors that people who don't really have knowledge of what's going on, and we've had some, people send us the same thing, and we have to shoot it down right away. Like, the DNA evidence, it's conclusive. Okay, and I can show you in the video when the prosecutor's talking to the judge before they even do jury selection about, like I said, about Shelby's not being prosecutable for the death penalty. They also talk about DNA. There was more DNA and there was lubrication in Ronnie King than Shelby's. Shelby, 100% match. There was 2 other sets. Neither one was even close. To Shelby Shell. So Ernie, there was no reason for that to even be talked about or said anywhere ever. But you know how rumors get started. So I just want to shoot that one down. Yes, the sheriff was a corrupt sheriff, technically, but that was, finances, and he wasn't even involved in this case other than setting in while Ernie and I took what Shelby had said and told the state police about it. So Sheriff Marvin Lipford played 0 role in the case, pro or con. Like, just, he wasn't a factor. So I hope we got that covered. All right. Any more? Let's see. Let's look through here. Somebody pick out a question that we can answer.
Sorry, man. I'm over here responding to a message.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Pendar. I see you said thank you and clearing that up. Yeah, there's so many rumors. Like, there was rumors that Ernie didn't, that refused the DNA test and all that stuff too. But, there's too many rumors out there that, and that's another reason why I think they moved the trial, is because of all those rumors, especially local in Harlan. Like, Shelby probably wouldn't have got a fair trial, really, honestly. But believe me, I think he got more than a fair trial in Bell County. Just the gun. Like, can't get over that, man.
Yep.
Can you tell how much that bothers me?
Mm-hmm.
And then Ernie, for what, a month now, has been telling people, I'm getting messages. Ernie's saying you gave Shelby the gun that killed it, Ronnie King. I'm like, okay, well, it was my gun, but I didn't give it to him. Thank you for subbing, Dank. Thank you.
Oh yeah, we invite everybody to link up, give us a thumbs up, come and like us, Come watch our content.
Somebody said we were committing FBI fraud. Who said that?
Right.
Oh, see, it might have been deleted, but Gossip said somebody's or FBI fraud. How playing this video? There's no FBI fraud. Like, this is unedited. FBI, I don't know about that. I don't even know that the FBI would even. I mean, that's not really their thing, is it? I mean, the murder trial was handled by the state police, the investigators, and I don't know. I'm not real sure what the FBI even like. What is their main focus of what they do? I know they're Federal Bureau of Investigation, but like I was under the assumption that it was basically like I don't know, cases, not murder cases per se, unless it was like a serial killer situation, which Gordon Ernie, we have a serial killer situation, but you guys know, man, you guys know that this cluster F of a crime scene, if this guy was a serial killer, it would have been a lot cleaner than that, right? Like, you don't get away with 16 murders without, I mean, if he's on his 16th or 17th murder by the time he gets to Ronnie King, he wouldn't have left all that evidence, right?
Not like he did, man. And he wouldn't have talked about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And what about, the fact that he did leave DNA, like in the form of semen? What serial killer is going to do that? It's just, it was a very disorganized crime scene. Trina's got a comment. Somebody post that comment for me, and I'll read it, and we'll try to cover it. You think Ernie's fixing to run North Carolina Princess? I know he's getting ready to probably freak out for sure. Like I said, his parade has been pissed on today for sure. All right. We'll read a couple messages here, Matt, if you want to answer a couple questions there for me.
Did you read my messages?
That's what I'm checking out right now.
Okay. Sorry. I've been distracted, guys. Preoccupied. So is everybody enjoying the live tonight? Does it help you understand this guy anymore? I mean, that's what we're here for. Yeah, Danny, I seen that whole bullshit about him looking at a beach house. Maybe a driveway at a beach house, but that's about it. You know how he rolls. He can just go wash off in the ocean. Kill all the fish. Thank you, my 3 girls. Thank you, Shay. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Yvonne. You guys are awesome. Thank you for showing up every night, guys. We're seeing a lot of the same people, but we're also seeing new people jumping in here. It's great, man. It really is. That means word's getting out. We appreciate it. And like we said, this is what we raise that money for. And we're going to be bringing a lot more of it. We've not really had too much time to prepare, but we're going to get it locked down, and we're going to start bringing you a lot more stuff here very soon as we get the green light on it. So you guys keep coming, showing up. Keep telling your friends about it.
Oh, yeah.
Not tomorrow night, Princess. It's Valentine's Day, I think, or people are doing Valentine's Day and Super Bowl. So
Super Bowl, baby.
Yep. So we're gonna take the night off. We've been going at it the past few nights, few hours a night.
Yeah, and it'll give me some time to upload some video and get prepared for.
You see that comment?
The one that's just up here now?
Yeah.
Does Shelby have a lot in common with Ern, like lying and manipulative, etc.? Are they a lot alike? Were there warning signs before Shelby did his crime? I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. Like, the murder was in February of 2013. I met Shelby, like, on a personal level in November of 2012. So 4 months ahead, I don't know. Only thing I knew was Ernie, that Shelby was in prison for most of his adult life.
Yeah.
And for robbery and things of that nature. So just from his past of robbery and stuff like that, I guess there were signs. But as far as having things in common with Ern, I mean,
just like mannerisms and stuff like that, from what I've been able to tell, just a little bit that I've seen. But
yeah, well, they both, honestly, like Ernie
isn't the quickest.
Well, Ernie likes to lie.
Well, that too.
Shelby will tell you the truth. You might lie like it. You might not want to hear it. It might disgust you. But by God, he's gonna, be a straight shooter.
I mean, sort of like Amber.
Yeah,
Amber's the same way.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, no, they're not really a whole lot in common per se. But they do have similar traits. But yeah, as far as them having things in common, I don't think, nah. And like I said, Shelby's been institutionalized for a long time. And I just don't, So hopefully that helped a little bit, and I don't really know Shelby. They could have more in common than I know, but I don't really know him. I know Ernie, but Shelby was always in jail that I know. Who is Amber? My 3 girls wants to know. Amber is Ernie's younger sister. They do not have the same father. Ernie, Shelby, and Michelle, I think Michelle's her name, have the same father. And then there's a few sisters from another father, and then there's another set from another father. But Ernie has a couple of sisters who are really nice people and productive members of society. Now, he has a couple of sisters that are not. And I'm not going to try to drag anybody else under the bus with Ernie, but I have no idea, Princess 67, how many kids. I want to say, 7 or 8, probably. I don't know for sure. I could probably dig a little bit and find out, but it's not a small family of children, that's for sure. There's plenty of siblings to go around.
Mm-hmm.
There's at least 3 males. Ernie, Shelby, and Zach.
Yep.
And they all have the same father, but Zach has a different mother. So yeah, the family tree is extensive. Yeah. He said, Foster, he claims that I never. I was just trying to make money off him.
Yeah, but he claimed that about quite a few people.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if you talk to the right person, he said that about Tina too. So,
yeah.
I mean, he was their poster boy. And the way that she defends him, I mean, you got to stop and think. Is he extorting her? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, she's defending him being inappropriate with other people's wives and her own children. So that's pretty deep, man. Now, I mean, if you think about it, man, it don't make sense except for that. But
I'm going to cue up a picture here and show it in a moment that will shed a little light on Ernie's day today. So you guys are going to love this.
Yeah, I think some people are wounded right now. They're hurt. Their feelings are fragile.
Yeah.
What I
Yeah.
showed you?
Oh yeah.
Fragile.
Oh yeah, and that's true. You know that thing about the money that you showed. Like I've had a couple people show me that same thing. I'm actually gonna have a little story about myself coming out here real soon.
All right. Fair enough.
I won't stoop to that. I don't need that kind of publicity. Hey, listen, if I didn't earn it, I'm not gonna ask for it.
Right.
You know, and it's a sad case that people do that. Damn, I thought. Let's see. All right, yeah, that works. All right, I'm going to message this to you, and then I'll pull that messenger up so I don't accidentally dox anybody else.
Right.
I think
I
everybody
know
in the
how you
world's
like
gonna
to
have my
do that shit, dude.
huh?
I said, I know how you like to do that shit.
Yeah. Oh, my daughter's liable to get some crazy phone calls tonight. She's gonna be like, "Who in the hell?" I'm like, I might need to let her know just to don't answer any phone call from any number she don't recognize. All right, let me see if I can. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Pulling them up. Reading any questions out there?
No, I'm in here in a private message real quick, man. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right. So let me set this up first. Does everybody know? Show of hands if you've been seeing Ernie's videos dating back to the middle of the week where he was at the Busch Gardens theme park with his publicist and um, talking about his new. Even today, he was talking about he shaved his face for his new project, his next project coming up. So we got a little thing on that. I don't think he's with that publicist anymore. Someone who has followed the Ernie saga for a while actually found his publicist through Ernie's bragging on Twitter and messaged her publicly on Twitter, like tweeted to her, telling her, about Ernie.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag earn. Well, you'll never guess this, but this lady had not seen or heard of any of this stuff. No, it's not Tina. He actually had a lady in Tampa area like working to find him jobs, like and doing press releases and all this garbage, man. Like he was at Busch Gardens with her. Don't think he ever showed her face, but her Twitter account shows her face. Anyway, so these people reached out to the publicist and their company and was like, listen, you need to check into this guy before you go out here backing him. And they also tagged good old Don Jr. in the Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because that's Ernie's story. He's going to meet Don Jr. That's why he's in Florida. He went down there to meet him Saturday. Hey, did any of you guys catch that video of Ernie and Don Jr.? Oh, me neither. So, anyway, long story short, after, some receipts were provided, she actually was provided with a link to the stand and some of our videos of Ernie, and obviously did her own research when we got provided. Well, not we, but when this person provided that link, she went on and started doing a little research on hashtag earn.
Yeah.
Okay, So after she did her own research, she tweeted back. And Don Jr. is also tagged in the retweets. So you guys are going to love this. Guys are going to love this. Okay. Can you see that, Matt?
Hold on, man. Yep.
All right. Kitty McCaffrey is the lady. That's Ernie's former publicist. Here's what she said. And this was this evening, probably, I don't know, 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, maybe even a little later. But anyway, the team has decided to just back away. We don't want to be involved in any drama. Looks like there is a lot between him, Doug, and Benny. That's not how our organization works. So he was trying to work his way into a real professional organization and publicity company. Well, that backfired. And guess who's tagged in that big bad boy? You see at Donald Trump, at Donald J. Trump Jr.? That's his real Twitter account. That's we'll see if Don Jr. comes to Ernie's rescue.
Yep.
I mean, if they're such good friends,
they're buddies. Yep.
Surely old Don Jr. will straighten that out for him, right? I'm gonna tell you, man. Like, if I'm an actual president of the United States, when somebody's trash talking one of my friends, and I can clear the air for them, I'm clearing that air, baby. Let's see what Don Jr. does. I'm gonna guess that nothing. But you just listen to Tina, and she'll tell you how good friends they are. She's heard them on three-way together. Oh, sorry, took a drink.
Sorry, man.
Oh, yeah, he's really going to have it out for him now. You're right, Danielle. But, yeah, I mean, that's another day in the life of good old Ern. Just, more lies catching up with him.
Yeah, man, and it's funny watching him right now, man. He's freaking out. He's threatening all kinds of, well, not really threatening. He's just throwing all kinds of lies out there about laws that people are breaking and this and that. Like, he's supposed to be a constitutionalist. Well, he doesn't understand the First Amendment very well, does he?
Right.
He wants to silence one group of people, but he wants to do whatever he wants to. And the line he crosses is way worse than any of the shit that the other people are doing. Way worse. As a matter of fact, what the other people are doing isn't illegal. What Ernie's doing is. And trust me, it is.
Well, he really is one of those guys who thinks like the laws apply to everybody except for him.
Right. And nobody else is a victim but him. I mean, look at the stuff he calls hashtag you are in a threat. How many hands, raise your hand if Ernie has sent you a threat either on a comment, in private messenger, in text, in voicemail. Raise your hand in the chat if that's ever happened. Let's see what we got working here.
There's one.
Yep. And I know that one.
Yep.
I've heard those.
Another one.
Yep. Yep.
And by the way, it's good to see you, Jen Lancaster. I don't recall seeing you in chat before, but I'm sure I miss a whole lot. But the chat gets by me so quick, especially when I'm doing the videos and stuff.
Mr. Gumby.
Yeah. Katie. Spooky ML. John Smedley. Called you out on Griff's show. Dash. Look at the numbers.
Yep. And the thing is the ones I'm very familiar with, I'm not even seeing their hands yet. A lot of them probably aren't watching right now. They're in bed. But yeah. That's what he do. Is he threat?
Yeah, and he tries to tell people they're breaking the law by making a post on social media. Like,
Right.
Like he called me a friggin' terrorist.
Right.
Like, and says, he's talking to the investor was detectives, and they really want to help. Well, hot damn, Ernie, just have them call me, buddy. You got my number. I mean, hell, everybody does now. Yeah, I'm just reading these. This is awesome. Like, yeah, and I'm proud of each one of you guys too, or gals. I'm sorry for using the word "you guys" all the time. It's just my
general
word, I guess. That's how I talk. But I know that a great deal of our wonderful following is actually ladies. So I don't mean any disrespect by saying you guys. That's just that's how I refer to a group. Sorry about that. I hope nobody takes offense to it. But unless Ernie takes offense to it, and then I say I don't care. Take offense to it, Ern. But everybody else, I hope I haven't offended you by using that terminology. Yeah, he's then that's another thing. This great detective that Ernie is or claims he is, like, which I know is all BS anyway. And we've caught him in so many of the simple things, like I said, okay, I'm gonna be completely honest right now. I am not Bill Barnes. Okay. Now I do know who Bill Barnes is. I'm not going to say who it is, but I'm not Bill Barnes. I have never had a profile with that name. I have never used a profile with that name. But I've had so many different people accuse me of being Bill Barnes. And that's coming from Ernie. Like, you all know, and you hear Matt Kemper on the air with me. I've been accused of being Matt Kemper.
Yep.
Like, and it's so funny that he can't figure that simple stuff out like that. And he's always throwing stuff at the wall, hoping it'll stick. But so many of you regularly interact with him, even go to his show and play like you're with him. And he doesn't know or have a clue who you are, who you really are, or that you are really not team #Earn. But it's so funny to sit and watch him think and pretend like he's such a great detective. You know what? You know what a great detective would know, Matt?
What's that, man?
A great detective would know the difference between a Rossi and a Smith & Wesson.
Dude, he don't know his ass from a hole in the ground, dude. You kidding me?
That blows me away, man. Like,
well, I mean, but then you got to consider the source. You know what I mean? I mean, he set himself up just like he's done all of his life. Every bit of what he's done is coming back.
Yep.
I mean, he can't help but lie, exaggerate. Like, it's the big fish type of story with this guy. Or crying wolf, if you want to go there, because he does that a lot. Oh, they threatened me. Oh, they attacked my family. Blah, blah, blah. Now, he probably just got kicked out of the family's house is what happened. And come at us with that dumb shit, dude. They probably told your ass to get out at 3 and 4 in the morning because you're being dumb.
Yeah.
But we also know that you were stalking people in Newport that night too. So, or at least somebody was stalking people in Newport for you. Ain't nobody dumb, boy.
Yep.
We know what you do. Sad, man. Just a straight up liar and just all around piece of shit. Sorry.
Are you fine? No, Danny, we know you didn't threaten him. Like, that's what he does. Like, he's yeah, he lies about jail. He lies about ever going to jail. Of course, he always says, I have no criminal record. I have no criminal record. Check me out. I have no criminal record. Well, dude, you don't have a big conviction record.
Right.
But believe me, you got a criminal record. You've been arrested for a bunch of shit. Like, you can't say you weren't. I mean, it's all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
You're arrested for child support. You were arrested for fraud, which is really one that needs to be looked at better because you paid restitution. So you do have a criminal record. It just got to be found. Hell, I don't know. I may hire a real private detective to just go get that for me. Go to Bluefield, West Virginia, and get me the, because I know the dates of when he was arrested and that he was in jail. So shouldn't be that hard to find, his record. May not be on the internet, but we can go get it. And that may be what has to go down.
Yep.
Just to show another lie. And, everything that comes out of his mouth, man, like, even when he's telling the truth, he has to lie. Like, I hate to beat a dead horse, but with that gun, yeah, he confessed. Yeah, he had a 38. It was well, you knew it was a stainless steel, but you had to go and try to describe it and say you saw the label. If you said you saw the label and said it was a Rossi, then maybe it wouldn't have been so bad. But you had to embellish because you didn't see it, or you would have said the truth. So you had to embellish. You had to lie a little bit. Even with your truth, you had to throw a little lie in there with it.
Yeah, a little salt and pepper,
Yeah, and that's the reason, I mean, you just can't even tell the truth without lying.
Yeah. And he wonders why people don't believe him and why people ask for proof of shit. I mean, and honestly, when all of this comes out, people are going to be a little bit shocked. I mean, like I said, the reports that are coming in, ridiculous, man. And these are people that are giving the same stories that don't know each other, hundreds of miles apart, different times, and they all fall into a timeline. All of them do.
Danny L. asked, why does he want Doug's address so he can sit out in the car and see what goes on in his window, hoping he can catch another beeper session? Possibly. But I would guess that he would try to reach out to somebody, one of his followers or his subs. Not saying that anybody would do that, but I'm just saying he would attempt to have one of them go send Doug a message.
Yep. Harass him, stalk him, that kind of stuff.
Take a picture, send it to Ern, let Ern, send it to Doug, like he's there and taking pictures of him, something like that.
Yeah,
just
like threaten
kiddie
people
little
with things
stuff.
like that.
Actually, Katie, he don't wash his clothes in the river. He just don't wash them. And we've just so far we've only went through a little bit of Ern's testimony, and then you got my testimony and the confession, obviously. But listen, guys, we still got a ton of stuff with these DVDs and more testimony from other people. And man, I just can't wait till we get to the end and we hear the defense closing arguments. Like, I want to know if they say anything about that gun being a Rossi. that Shelby was caught with, and that the ballistics match. I want to see if the defense uses that, which I'm positive they do. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Right.
But there's so much that we haven't even begun to even look at yet, and we're gonna bring that to you, and we're gonna do it right here on the stand. And I'm telling you, man, I'm having fun.
Yep. But enough of the lies and enough of the bullshit from Ernie. We're going to bring you what actually happened. You don't have to worry about what you heard so-and-so say or whatever. You're going to hear what actually happened in this. This is going to clear the air with a lot of things. But Ernie, the way he does it, he set himself up for failure with this one. He didn't come during his brother's trial. It's going to come now. That roasting, he barely escaped. It's coming, man. It's coming.
Yeah.
So you can threaten all you want. You can dox all you want. It ain't going to stop nothing, bro. Save your energy. You're going to need it when you start doing wind sprints on the damn highway.
I'll tell you another one I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear Ernie's uncle, John Paul Madden.
Oh, yeah.
I may look for that testimony. I may look for that next. And especially since we're going to take tomorrow off,
Yeah.
and come Monday and start the week out with a trigger warning. Bang! Like,
Oh, yeah.
because that dude, even in just the short clip that was on the news, said he knew of Ernie as someone who is dishonest and lies. Well, you think? You think, Smith & Wesson?
Do you know if they bring up his mask making and all that?
I don't know. I was told they did, as to show that he scammed people and was dishonest. But I don't know. I'll look for it for sure. If they do, I'm sure that would be one of the things that, when they're talking about dishonesty, that they talk with John Paul Madden about. So we'll know soon. So
I got you. Word.
But yeah, I hate to speculate and then be wrong. I'm not going to be like Ernie and promise something I don't deliver.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see that Don Jr. interview, Ern.
It's going to be the shit, dude.
Yeah.
I mean we've had our popcorn ready for a minute, man.
They're good friends. You know how I know they're really good friends?
Because Tina's heard him talk on the phone 3 times.
Yeah, Tina told me. Tina told me they're good friends.
Again, her taking up for Ern.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, don't it?
Yeah, she got that mama bear instinct going good.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that I don't want him to tell on me instinct. I don't know. Could be.
Who are we talking about did a live today? I'm pretty sure Ernie did a live, maybe 2.
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't pay attention. I was at work, so I came home, ate some food, and jumped on here with you guys.
Would somebody put Downtown Trina's question up for me? I don't see it. Somebody put it on the screen. One of our mods. Or can you all do that? You can, right? Is that my dog?
I don't know. There's this comment from Trina.
Oh, here we go. I was trying to warn Betty from the true tragedies about Ern. Her question was, why were you friends? Why were you friends with him and let him around your kids if he's so bad? Well, like I said, he's never done anything dangerous around my kids that I know of. Excuse me, I'm swallowing something. But once he, has done all this crazy shit now, he won't ever be around my friends again or my family again. Never. And he was a bad person, as far as scamming people for mask money. And I was a friend to Ernie and tried to tell him that's not how you, do business. Right. If that's something, that you want to succeed at and keep on doing, then you don't take money from people and never send them the product you promised. You know, now a lot of this stuff, like this trial, I'm seeing it for the first time. Like Ernie and I were both sequestered or put. You know, we were in a room with other witnesses. Witnesses weren't allowed to be in the courtroom, and I never saw any of this until I went down there and got those DVDs. Now, you know, his character attacks on people, he's done that in the past, and I've told him, you know, if you just be honest with people, Ernie, then your haters won't be so many. You know, like I've seen messages from people where he promised them a mask and it had been over 3 years that they were waiting on a mask.
I mean,
I'd paid over $100 for.
I'd like to know how many people still owe him a mask, or he still owes a mask to. Because his claim is he's only missing 4 to having all his orders filled.
That's bullshit.
Oh, I know, but that's
maybe we'll put on the stand and put out a feeler and have people who Ernie actually owes a mask to please come forward, and we'll just do our own little research and find out. You know, we can post in those groups, but generally, when you post in those groups and you even use his name, you get banned. But back to the thing about him, you know, me letting him around our kids. Also, like it wasn't ever anything where he had been, you know, a threat to anybody.
right. He wasn't exploiting missing children's names.
Right. And
He
once
wasn't
doing that, you know, it was a different story.
Well, and a lot of what we're finding out, this isn't stuff that Jimbo has known. This is stuff that's being revealed to Jimbo too. This is stuff that Ernie don't want nobody to know.
Yeah.
I mean, and it will come to light. We can't bring it yet.
Yeah. And also, you know, like I've said before here on the stand, that my wife and I treated Ernie like one of our children himself.
Yep.
You know, our kids thought he was, you know, one of our children, thought of him that way. Like his brain level, his tendencies, his behavior, his maturity level.
He's a man-child.
He's a kid. And, you know, we always let him come back home, and like many times, like I would be talking to Ernie on the phone and talking on speaker, and he would say something like, bro, I haven't ate in 3 days. You know, I haven't slept in 2 days. And my wife, you know, would just get tears in her eyes and say, just tell him to come home. You know, and we loved Ernie. That's why, you know, I didn't just decide one day that I was going to go after Ernie Shell. Ernie dragged me into this.
Yep.
Ernie dragged me into it because he thought that I'd been talking in some group about him because somebody mentioned my name. And all the stuff that had been posted about him was true things about his scams that he knew that I knew.
And I was the person that said something in those chats.
Yeah, and at that time we had never talked. You and I had never spoken.
Yep.
But, you know, but he assumed because all that stuff that was being posted about him was true that I provided that information.
Yep.
So then he went on full attack mode on me, threatening me. I'm going to jail. He's going to call Casper on me. You know what? Right here, I get pain medicine. I've got a 14-inch scar on my back from my first back surgery in 1993. Okay? Actually, 1996, September of 1996. And I was 23 years old. Okay? Since then, I've had another back surgery. I've had 2 shoulder surgeries. I've had 2 artificial discs and 2 separate surgeries in my neck. I'm very crippled and very much in pain. Yes, my doctor prescribes me medicine for my pain. Okay? I don't sell my medicine, and I don't know if you're familiar with the laws anymore, but it's very difficult to cheat the system if you wanted to, because every time I go to the doctor, I have to take my medicine, all of my medicine, and there's a shitload of it. And they count my medicine. Usually takes them about 20 minutes to count all my medicine to make sure that I'm taking exactly what I'm prescribed when I'm supposed to, and that I'm not selling it or abusing it or not taking it. So yeah, he went on attacking me, saying he's a drug dealer. Okay. So I said, go ahead, have Casper come on in, buddy. I'm waiting.
Mhm.
I'm still waiting. They still haven't come in. But they're welcome to. My medicine's right here.
Yep.
Always is.
And it's a shame that he would do that to a person that needs that medicine to have any kind of quality of life. It really is. That shows you his nature.
Yeah. And then he moved on from that attack. And he starts calling the school system where I work. I coach basketball. I coach little kids. He says he helps kids. I actually help kids. I coach 3rd and 4th grade at my school and 5th and 6th grade at my school. And we're pretty good. And I take pride into teaching these children what I know about basketball. I'm not the best, but I provide them with every bit of the knowledge I have. I give them tools that they can use as they grow and get better coaches as they get older. But Ernie tried to take that away from me. He's been pretty successful to an extent. I'm not going to get into it over here, but why would he do that? Why does he want to take me away from those kids? Who does that help? If he's wanting to help kids, and he knows that I was given custody of those twins when they were in 7th grade. He knows because he was there at my house. Yep, he's lived with me continuously, off and on, for the better part of the last 15 years. So he knows. He's been there. He knows what I do, exactly what I do. I don't understand why he went on the attack on me like that. Because he got his feelings hurt.
Yeah.
That's why I'm standing up to him. I took a stand, the stand. That's what we're doing together. We're taking a stand, the stand.
Yep.
And we're not going to stop now. You wanted it, Ernie.
Yep. You called it out.
You threatened me with jail. You
You
threatened me
called
with
your bluff.
my job. You threatened me with everything. You threatened Kemper. You threatened to go beat him up. You threatened to get him fired, get him whatever.
Yep.
Here we are. We accept. We accept your challenge. Okay? We're here, and we're not going away. The stand is forever.
Amen. Yep. That's exactly right.
So sorry I got a little carried away and talking about everything that's going on in my life and with all that, but I appreciate you all listening. But that's the reason, why I am where I'm at in my relationship with Ernie now.
Yep.
What it was, what it is now, and why. So I hope that clears some things up. So please
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying, please let that lady know.
Well, I was going to ask who that was that wants us to go over to her live. The one that's defending Ernie. Who is that?
That's that True Tragedies, right?
She can come over here if she wants to talk.
Anytime. Somebody invite her.
It's no never mind to me, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if she wants to defend Ernie, we can show her, man. I mean, it's not hidden. It's right there on the page, and if she's looking at the stuff that's out there and she's okay with it still and she's defending him, then
Good night,
that's
my
her
three
fault.
girls. Good night, my 3 girls. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight for a little while. Keep watch. We'll post when we're coming back Monday at what time, and we'll let everybody know. But thank you for hanging out with us tonight. But I don't know if you saw that, but she posted good night, everyone. That's the reason why I was saying that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, just like Matt's saying, like we welcome anybody on the show. If you got a voice and you want to be heard, if you think we're doing Ernie wrong, if you want to say something, we'll give you that, and we'll tell you why. We'll tell you why we're taking the stand we're taking. You can do with it what you want.
Yep.
Some people have their mind made up and they're not going to change it. So if you don't have an open mind, then what's the point? If you're making up your mind based on what Ernie has said, then maybe you need to look up two things: Smith and Wesson and Rossi. See that there's a difference.
Right. Well, I mean, these are people that supposedly do research. Well, I've personally made sure this stuff is out there for people to see. And this is not stuff that's fabricated. This is stuff that was put out there by Ernie's own hands. His own hands. Nobody else. So if they want to ignore the facts, then oh well. But their ability to research, it's questioned now for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, you Google my name, you don't see all the crazy stuff that you see on Ernie. You Google Matthew Kemper, you're not going to see all the crazy stuff that you see on Ernie.
You'll probably see an Edmund Kemper thing up there, but
Yeah. Hey, and you Google Jamie Berryhill, you're not going to see all the crazy stuff that you see on Ernie.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, the only negative stuff you may even see is stuff that has been posted on Predator Hunter Nation or on Ernie's, whatever he calls his page at the current moment. But, we're not the only information provider on Big Ern.
Mm-mm.
Like, there's
a lot of
much
people
everywhere.
popping up. Yep. A lot of people. I mean, there's been people out there who's been doing it for months, crafting through the lies.
Yeah.
Been rocking it.
Oh, yeah. Man, she owns Ernie, too. Benny's after him, too, now.
I mean,
hey, Danielle posted up. Let me see that. Let me say something right quick. Like, we've been talking about all the attacks Ernie makes, and this just reminds me. There's so many ladies, females, women that he has threatened to have their kids taken. Why do that? What kind of man does that make you?
Well, that gives him leverage. That's that leverage. The kids.
Well,
that's why he plays games, man. It's sad.
They're like, this lady, True Tragedies, is questioning me. Like, why am I? Why would I let Ernie around my kids if he's such a bad person? But he wasn't always this bad of a person.
Yeah. He's evolved into this.
Last December, early in December, here's another little Ernie story. And this is, I told my, somebody asked about what kind of dog I got. Yeah, it's Nikita. You hear in the background crying. But last December, my wife and I were in a group in the area we live at. It was like Free for Kids, Corbin, Kentucky. Hang on a second. I'll tell you exactly what the group is. I can look it up on I'll look it up in a minute and I'll tell you. But anyway, it's a group where people give stuff to families in need. And my son's girlfriend and her mom and dad were going through a custody dispute, and the father, they had all space heaters in their home, and it was like 0-degree weather outside, and the father went in and took the space heaters and said, "These are mine." And he had like 5 kids there, man, 4 or 5 kids, including my son's girlfriend at the time. So I'm like struggling, like I'm, trying to find, I can't buy them enough heaters for their house. So, I can help with what I've got. But, I'm talking to my aunt about it, and she tells me about this group on Facebook that helps families like that. So I make myself a member of that group. I go in and ask for a membership, and I ask, can anybody help this family out? And you know what? We had a lot of responses. One family actually gave a couple of heaters to them, and that helped them so much. But Ernie, sitting over there, I didn't think anything of it. Ernie's like, hey, what group is that? I'm going to check it out. I'm like, well, it's this, Corbin, Kentucky Free for Kids or whatever it was. But he was like, okay, cool. So next thing I know, Ernie's, in the group. And I see a disturbing post in there from Ernie. And, I know Ernie. I know where he's staying at because he's staying at my house at the time. I know, that I know he's lying. And when I see this post, I go and I tell my wife, like, honey, we've caught Ernie stealing. We've seen some terrible behavior. We've always forgiven him, but this really bothers me. I don't know what to do. We talked about it, and we really didn't want him around our family after this post. He still came back a few months later again for the last time, but he posted in that group, hey guys, I'm taking donations. If you can send to my PayPal or Cash App, I'm going to go buy Christmas presents for kids in need, and I'm going to deliver them. So I need this by a certain date or whatever. You will help. Please make these kids have a good Christmas. To me, at that point, that was the lowest scam attempt that I'd ever seen out of Ernie.
Mm-hmm.
And it really bothered me. It really, really bothered me. And when I told my wife about it, it really bothered her.
It's wrong, man.
People are trying to help
Mm-hmm.
with families and real families in need, and he's trying to take advantage of it. And it's, man, over this past year or so, it's just snowballed and snowballed. You see how bad it's got now?
Yeah.
Like he's using Summer Wells.
Yep.
I don't even like to invoke her name because I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to use her.
But honestly, dude, there's it's not just him doing it.
I
There's
know
a few of them, but he's one of the main people.
Yeah, there's a bunch. Like this one idiot, the guy with the hoodies. Like that dude needs somebody to somebody to just bitch slap him.
Yeah.
Like, because he's not giving any money to that little girl or her family.
And honestly, I don't think most of them are. And there's a lot of them's got their hand in that cookie jar too. But they're surrounded with Ernie and Predator Hunter Nation, man. They've done nothing but do that, dude. I mean, he's going to scam people at Christmas time. You know what I mean? He's using a missing child. Like, that moral compass isn't even there, folks. And he's just showing this. Like, honestly, if you look at through the whole history, it starts out with the mask. I'm sure it was something else before that, probably T-shirts or fucking suckers or something, man, in school. He had to have some kind of experience fucking people over like he does. So,
oh yeah.
But I mean, it starts out with just the mask, and then he dabbles, and the whole time he's quote unquote a bounty hunter. Like, really? So you're not even painting your own mask. That might be how you're a bounty hunter. So who have you caught? Because we all know Ernie. If he caught somebody, he would have 1,000 pictures of it. So he's not caught anybody. He's making masks. Then he's promoting and bounty hunting. And then he goes full-time bounty hunting. And right around the time, all this bullshit from QAnon is making its rounds. And these fuckers jump right on it. And they try to cash in on it. And then May came and a big event happened close, so Ernie latched himself to it. And he's been there ever since. And you know he's making some money because he keeps doing it. So, to all the people giving him money, fuck you. Really. You're just enabling this guy.
Yeah.
And the people helping him, role playing and all this bullshit. Yeah, we know he's got a bunch of LARPs around him. We know. Fuck you too. All right. And I'm talking about the ones that can't read too. Sorry.
Fine, brother.
Just it makes me mad when people do that shit, dude.
All right. Sorry.
All right.
I
I hear you going off over there.
I'm eating my Pop-Tart. I was typing to somebody, Spooky ML. I didn't see her post earlier, and I'm thanking her for her nice post.
Post or comment?
Comment. Post.
Oh, okay.
That's what I call it. You know.
I got you.
I'm old school. When you post it on a message board, you call it post.
Right. Right.
Let's see. Katie says, here's the funny thing. People scream, I can donate to who I want, Ernie subs, then start bitching about other channels who post their Cash App. They think because he arrests people, he deserves it. Well, he don't arrest nobody.
He's never had one.
No, but yeah, he's, you know, that's just hypocrisy at its greatest. You know, like the only thing we ever asked for donations for was that to get the receipts.
Yep.
And then we got them. I took the banner down. And
yeah, I didn't even stay up the whole stream. Yeah.
Yeah. We went and got those receipts, and you know, we're not asking for anything else.
Right.
You know, hopefully we never have to. You know, like.
Well, we're asking y'all to share, but that's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, hey, if you got some money you want to donate, you know, I mean, if you got a YouTube creator that you want to put in one of their super chats or something that you feel like you feel compelled to do, by all means, do it.
Yep.
But you know, if you're just wanting to be charitable and give somebody some money, do just a little bit of research and give it to some charity that actually, you know, needs it or can use it. You know, and there's some YouTube creators out there that you know, put a whole lot of work into their channel and a lot, you know, time and hours and research. Like for Doug, for example, like the content that he provides on so many different cases and things, like it's unreal. Like I can't imagine the hours of, you know, actual preparation he puts into what he brings to his followers, to his subs. So, you know, hey, when people give him money, they've been following him for however long. Who am I to say that you shouldn't? You know, hey, if you enjoy a show, just like, you know, I mean, if you watch HBO, you got to pay for it. You watch cable, you got to pay for it. If you feel like, you know, that he's earned that, then by all means, do that. You know, I'm not telling nobody not to donate to the creator, except for Ernie, because Ernie is scamming you.
Fuck Ernie.
Yeah, Ernie is scamming you. No, you know, these other creators, there may be some scammers. Actually, there's probably a lot.
Yeah, there is.
I know that one guy's scamming, and there's a couple others. I'm not going to just shoot their names out there because, you know, no need to pick no fights. But
yeah, it don't take much to see it though. I mean,
right,
it's. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, she said, I'll donate to you guys when we monetize. I'll definitely join. I don't even know anything about that really. But yeah, the Cash App is cool. Like people, you know, like with Ernie, luckily, you know, he wasn't big into Cash App until recently. And now they've got the new laws in with the IRS that he's going to have to claim that,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So that's going to put a damper on him eventually. Because I know for a fact he don't like to pay taxes. He don't like to file a tax return. Can Stan verify just one single arrest he has made or a single child case he has actually helped or child he ever saved? I can't verify it. I don't know of any arrest he's ever made.
And we've tried.
Yeah, I have tried. I have asked. I'll do some more searching, see if I can find anything. And I promise you, if I find that he's got an arrest to his credit, I'll share it with you. I'll say, look,
What's funny is Ernie should have shared it 100 times by his nature.
right. That's the thing, like this guy is jumping up and down on a trampoline saying, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. But he don't want to show you those famous receipts he asked for. How hard would it be to show that you have arrested somebody and blacked their name out? Black their case number out. Wouldn't be hard.
Yep.
I mean, we know he's a master of poetry.
God, he's so weak. That game is weak. I swear.
Had to mute and tell my wife just how much I loved her. I mean, get all sympathy in here on here. But yeah, he's if he had all that stuff, he would share it.
Yep.
He would show it. Now, as far as the child saves go, the one he claims so boldly is Prentice Pack. And I actually, before we had the stand, we actually had Prentice come over and do a live. I think we did it on my Facebook, didn't we?
We did it on the Lycan Facebook.
Yeah, we had DA, his uncle, come over with him, and he told the real story.
Yep.
Like Ernie claimed that the dude had been missing, and he was reported missing. So let's get that right. He was reported missing. He was gone, and his parents didn't know where he was. But Ernie claims he found him after he'd stayed out all night under a sheet of ice trying to stay warm. Well, Prentice told the truth. He said, no, I was, and I'm going to clean this up. He said he was at his girlfriend's house doing things that boys and girls do sometimes.
Right.
The next day, he turned his cell phone back on and was walking home, was almost home, when Ernie and his stepdad pulled up and picked him up and gave him the ride the rest of the way home. So that's not a save in my book.
Nope.
That's not saving a child from abduction. Because he wasn't abducted. He was over at his girlfriend's house.
Right.
So, but yeah. Jimbo, no pool. He does not have an arrest. He just wants, I want to be famous. Yeah, he does. That's
hero complex.
He's got a real complex. Yeah, the hero complex. He's got a real issue. That's even more than money. I think he wants to be desired. He wants to be famous. And honestly, like throughout the years, this is the most I've ever seen people buy into his crap.
Yep. It's that QAnon effect, dude. I swear. The whole psyop, whatever you want to call it. But they cashed in on it.
Oh, yeah, they did. And even then, though, he wasn't bringing in any money. He was using other people's money.
Mm-hmm.
And, he almost put the hemp cafe down there out of business.
I mean, she just got an inheritance, and that's gone pretty much. Wonder how that happened. Must have been a lot of Ernie snacks.
Yeah.
Extortion ain't cheap.
No. And how many, like we've heard, God, man, I'm going to say over 100 different stories of extortion attempts, blackmail attempts. How many of these stories are we not hearing where they actually paid him?
Yep. Guys, if you paid him, I'm telling you, that's a crime. You can come report it. And he knows that you've paid him. He's going to come at you. He will. But you got to stand your ground, man. Everybody's watching. Come out and tell somebody. He can't fight us all. Come and let us know. I mean, and when we say extortion, it's not just like money.
No, when he tells
You
you,
keep your mouth shut or I'll do this is extortion.
right,
So if he knows something on you and he's using it against you, that's extortion.
like he told Doug, if you don't back it down by Friday or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm going to do this. Then that was an extortion attempt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Doug didn't fall prey to it. You know, but how many people have that we don't know about?
Right.
That's the thing. Like we're hearing so many stories, and it's uncanny how similar they are from people who don't know each other and have never heard each other's story. So,
And it's the same stories, just different names involved.
Yep.
And I mean, in a lot of these extortion attempts is using your children, the threat of calling CPS or DCS against you. Like, this is what they do. It ain't just Ernie. He don't act alone. He's got his little buddies that help because he makes them. But yeah,
that's the lowest of the low, man. When you threaten a mama with her children,
mm-hmm.
how low can you get? How much further down in Turdville can you go
Yep.
than to threaten a mama with taking her kid away? Or
But he's
kids?
supposed to be protecting children, guys. Remember that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't say it, but I know a lot of you are sitting there thinking, man, they're right. They're so fucking right because I've seen it done by Ernie Shell. I know you're sitting there thinking this. All it does is take one step to start a revolution. And a lot of people's done that. That's why this tide has turned. I told Jimbo, it was like 2.5 weeks ago. A lot of concern was being put into him getting all these subs and stuff. And I was like, don't worry. It's going to turn. It's going to turn. And lo and behold, Ernie showed his ass just in time. And like I said, it always comes back to him on his own fucking account. He does it. He blames everybody, but the real problem. And that's Ernie Shell. That's the real problem. But yeah, I know you're sitting at home. You know we're talking to you saying this. Let somebody know about it, guys. Let somebody know. Because he can't get away with it if everybody's watching. I swear. Put it out there. We're with you. Are you typing away over, Chacho?
I'm typing, brother. I'm typing.
I was like, but yeah. And you guys really, like we said, first part of the show, don't give this man your information. This is to Ernie's mods. Don't give him your ID. Don't give him your home address. Do not do this. You will regret it. You will. I'm trying to save you a grave mistake. It's bad news bears. And anybody is a target, guys. It don't matter if you're a dude. Fuck him. Don't give him your shit. I don't care if you can whoop him. Don't matter. What he does goes beyond physical crap. He plays a lot of games. Don't let him in.
Yep.
Starve his ass out. If he can't scam nobody, well, little birdie can't eat, can he?
That's right. Hey, you know what? With this True Tragedies, want to know if Ernie's such a bad person. Why am I just now saying so? Well, you know what? Hey, let's flip that script.
Move.
If I'm such a bad person, why did Ernie continue to come back to my house for food and shelter,
Yep.
money, and phones and help? Aha, good question, ain't it?
Yep. Very
Riddle
good
me that
question.
now, man. But she don't.
Right. A lot of people bump their gums. You know what I mean? They talk through their ass. And they don't know.
Are you saying they have gums on their ass?
That too. But yeah, a lot of these people, they just get on YouTube to start drama to run their mouth. A lot of the people that I've seen support him do that. I ain't saying they're all bad people, but I mean, if you don't see what's going on with this guy, you might want to question yourself a little bit. Because that's pretty fucking deep, man. This is not normal shit, man. This isn't what people in a society do. But yeah, and everybody wants to ask Jimbo. Why don't you ask everybody around him? Because a lot of people have tried to help this man. They've tried to give him chances. He just kept taking it to the next level. Now, the only people that are really supporting him or helping him have a lot of issues themselves.
Yep.
I'm not trying to be mean, I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm telling truth. If you don't watch his live streams and not think to yourself, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Dude, need to do some self-examining. I mean, because dude, the way he talks to people, the way he talks about people, the way he talks about himself, the stories he puts himself in, that shit ain't real. I know it's YouTube and you have a personality or persona, but really, guys, the fuck?
Downtown Trina. And why would you guys want to waste this much time on Earn? Well, because we're tired of seeing Earn take advantage of single mothers and hardworking mothers and fathers and families. We're tired of seeing him, tear their lives apart with his threats of CPS, DCS, extortion,
Blackmail.
blackmail. There's even more that we haven't brought forward yet of different kinds of evil that lurks behind this dude's brain. Like, he's just so friggin' evil. That's why. I'm tired. I don't work a 9-to-5 job anymore. I got plenty of time, and that's why I'm saying. Oh yeah, no, I see. She says, no, I'm saying you aren't just doing this for fun. Yes, I thank you for clearing that. But yeah, that's the reason why we're bringing it, because he needs to be outed.
Yep.
And I'm not going to stop. Like, that's what he wants, but he's not going to get it.
Not at all.
I'll tell you, honestly, a few months ago, before it got so deep, I told him, Ernie, just leave me alone. Leave my family alone. And I won't say nothing else about you, dude. I'll just leave you be, scam whoever you want to. So, next day, Ernie's on one of his little live videos, and he's saying, look here, Jimbo wants to be friends again. Trying to twist it and turn it.
Yep.
So you dare me outside, here I am, and I'm not going away. Now you got me until you're done. And that's not a death threat. I'm saying you're done scamming people.
Yep.
When you're done scamming people, we will move from Earn to something else. But the stand is here forever.
No, you're not.
Because you created this monster, pal.
Yep.
Now we're loving it. Hey, we're loving the stand.
Well, he called our bluff. And that was the problem. He meddled enough, he played around, and we brought it. And I mean, I do work a full-time job, but the thing with me is I was raised a pastor's child. So a lot of this, my morals are really tweaked with this cat. He's really, really, really messed up. And when you see enough victims, when you see enough crap, it motivates you. And that's why I do that. Because, I mean, yeah, I could use a little bit more sleep, but why? Some other people out there can't sleep because of this asshole. So why not do something to change it?
That's right. And he keeps on threatening us. Like, it's a cycle, rinse and repeat cycle, and repeat and repeat and repeat. But he'll wake up one day and decide, Jimbo, you're going to jail. Mike Kemper, you're going to jail, buddy. You guys come up here by my mommy's house at 4:30 in the morning, talking in codes on the internet and threatening my mommy's life, and I had to run to the woods and hide in my favorite hiding spot in the woods there where I can go faint. Dream on, hooker. That ain't how it works.
Nope.
We don't threaten you. We damn sure don't threaten your life because we don't care. Doesn't matter to me. If you disappeared off YouTube, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't say, has anybody seen Ernie? I would say, man, today has been so peaceful. But yeah, I want to thank you. Somebody tell this to Ernie. Maybe somebody will screen record this. I'm going to give you about 3 seconds to get ready for it. Actually, you can go back and screen record later. But thank you, Ernie. Thank you for introducing me to YouTube and Matt Kemper and all my new friends here on the stand. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
We're going to be here
That's
forever
right.
now. And it's all because of you.
Yep.
Just like your brother, that savage lion that you brought to justice, just like someday he's getting out of jail because of you, well, we're going to be here forever. Till I take my last breath, the stand will be here. And all of our friends are going to be here. And we're going to have more friends. We're going to grow, and we're going to grow, and we're going to grow. Long after Big Earn is gone, the stand will still be here.
And another thing that's about to happen, I will be reaching out to some people. In talking to some people today, it hit me that the way that Ernie stalks people, I'm sure that he has stalked a lot of people off of Facebook onto other social media platforms. So in a bunch of talking and back and forth, in the realization of that, we're going to put together more information on other platforms. So if any of you know anything about Instagram, Twitter, even Pinterest, come talk to me, please.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We could use your help learning. We're just learning YouTube right now. Facebook junkies, we're old men. It happens. But we're learning the YouTube. But we're going to put more on other platforms so all victims can see. We cover all spaces. So we would appreciate a hand in that. I know we've had a lot of people helping us with StreamYard and doing this YouTube thing. So I'm pretty sure there's some of you out there that knows how to run an Instagram page or doing a Twitter account. And as you can see, having Twitter does help a little bit.
Heck yeah.
Y'all seen it today. And there's victims of Ernie that seen that shit today. Some that hadn't seen what's been going on because they're not on the other platforms. So
yeah, his destruction is far and wide.
So we're going to reach out. We're going to make sure everybody understands. Everybody can hear. So Ernie, understand, it's actually growing, sir. And believe me, there's the manpower to do this. Believe me. So, yeah, if anybody can help us out with that, that would be killer. That would be awesome.
And while we're talking about those other platforms, be sure, I know you guys are here on the stand right now, but be sure and go over and give the Tales of a Liking a like, and check out the site on Facebook. It's really informative. Everything you'll find on the stand, on our uploads and stuff, you'll find there.
And if you go to Horror Mask News, it's got more detailed time period of his mask making scams and a little bit about the horror at the Plex too. I know we touched base on it on the Lycan page, but we were just trying to set the timeline and show a little bit and get us up to now, so we can do more up to date reveals. So
Now we don't actually have any like editing or admin responsibilities, or even know who does at Horror Mask News, but we do endorse them as far as information on the world's greatest scammer.
well, I mean, if it wasn't for Horror Mask News, um, me and the people that I work with, we wouldn't have gotten this far.
Yeah,
I probably wouldn't have met you. So, yeah, it's really informative. It's actually, I guess, a pivot point that was created to close that gap and get all the information together. So, yeah, they're awesome people. Go over there and see what they've done. Pretty much, this is a group or a page that was once Ernie's page, and they took it over because he was a douche and they were admins just like he was. So that's his fault. That's his fault. So, yeah, go over and check out their work because they've done a really good job. And don't forget to go and check out Predators of Predator Hunter Nation. Jamie is probably the person that's the most on fire about this.
Oh yeah,
Dude has been going off, gnawing at the bit. Like, he wants to tell everybody. And I mean, if you want to see something passionate, go over and watch that.
oh
Go
yeah,
and watch it.
and he don't hold back.
And he was with them. He's the one. He was with our group in the community groups before he went and joined them, and they were bragging, "Oh, you can't infiltrate us. Nobody can." Blah blah blah. Well, he did, and now he's back, and now he's got a new hate for him, and he got to see a lot of stuff and experience things. So, I mean, he knows firsthand the danger of these assholes, and that's why he's telling everybody. He was there. He's seen the bullshit. So go check it out. You'll like it. It's really good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yes, Jamie is awesome, Spooky.
Yeah, he is. I'm telling you, like I said, he don't hold back. Might not want to listen to it without headphones on if there's kids around, because it's uncensored.
Oh yeah,
but it is fun to listen to. Jamie is on YouTube as Predators of Predator Hunter Nation.
yeah. But yeah, he gets down. He really does, and it's really 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 funny because that hate I said he's got for them, you can see it.
Yeah, Matt, look at the private chat.
Oh, hold on.
All right, I'm gonna look through here and see if I see some. No, I don't think Downtown Trina is supporting Ernie. She's asking questions, and I even took one wrong earlier. But yeah, you can't really tell somebody's tone on by typing. But yeah, I think she's One of the good guys.
Well, and I'll say this, guys. We're not here to hate on each other. We're not here to have drama between each other at all. We're here to get a message out. That's what we're here. And if one of their group shows up, I invite the dialogue. I invite it. Because, I mean, first of all, you got to have that dialogue.
And we're not going to hide from any questions. You know, you got a question, we'll answer it. We'll answer it honestly.
Yep.
You know, we won't tell you there's a
Hey,
Smith & Wesson when there's really a Rossi. We'll tell you the truth.
no. Bad.
Can you tell?
Uh-oh.
Can you tell how bad that bothers me?
Dude, I mean, that's a big thing, dude. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that just shows what Ernie's brain works like. Like, what did he think it was going to do to blow that shit up? Because, I mean, I don't know if they even pick up on it in the trial. But damn, that's pretty big, dude.
Ah, man, I called it right away. Of course, it was, you know, the Rossi was my pistol.
Right.
So when he said Smith & Wesson, and then the prosecutor even gave him like a chance to take it back. How did you know it was Smith & Wesson? What do you mean? He goes, I saw the label and I know about guns. Okay, dude, you just tried to win the pissing contest and you got beat. You don't know about guns.
Hey.
And if you saw the label, you would know 100% for a fact that gun was a Rossi. Makes me sick, man. Makes me sick. All right, you know, eventually I'm going to have to worry about my family being safe from this friggin' moron.
Yep.
Because Ernie wanted to be the hero. And he could have been the hero by just telling the friggin' truth.
Yep. That's too easy, though, man. Too easy.
Yeah. God, he makes me mad.
Yeah. But Ernie don't give a shit except for himself, man. That's what it's about.
Yep.
But
Your wife get on to the dogs in here. She sounds mean, but she really ain't. They're giving her.
Where's he at?
tell my sugar mama.
She's trying to do laundry, and like when she turns her back for a second, the little puppy's grabbing laundry and running through the house with it.
Danny, I can't really say. I know when he first started doing this whole thing, he was doing Operation Save Our Children to break away, but still give that feeling of helping children. And when he was going into chats and making posts and stuff, people mistook him for Ernie. So he started a new channel, and I don't know where the videos are in order, but I know he's got like 3 or 4 where he talks about what he did. I know in our early live streams we had Jamie on, and he talks about things then. But yeah, it's more in the, like if you look about 2 months back on live streams, that's where you're going to find that kind of stuff. And it can be found on, it was actually on Facebook Live, not on YouTube when we did it with Jamie. So it's going to be on the Lycan page if you want to find it.
Yep.
Sorry.
You good, brother? You good?
Get out of here.
So I just added a little thing on the bottom, the ticker on the bottom running across. You know, here in the next few minutes, we're going to start winding down, but just go ahead and let you know Monday, 2/14/22, 9 p.m. We're going to come back with our continued coverage of the murder trial. Please come back and hang out with us. We got a lot more to go over, and I'm going to, you know, have a day or two here to go actually sit down and have some time to put into editing and making sure these videos are loud and clear as possible anyway, and getting those prepared for you. So be sure to come back.
Don't forget those are posted on the stand too on our channel.
Yeah, every video that we've showed so far on the trial is posted on the stand already. It's there.
And
That's
it'll be
what
cross-posted onto the liking page. So
Yeah.
whether you do Facebook or YouTube, it's out there if you want to go watch it.
Yeah.
And hey, share the stuff, guys.
Yeah, please share
Share
it. Hashtag earn. You are in. Let's get it.
Yep. Hallelujah.
All right, we'll take a few more questions. If anybody's got any, let's see. I was way up in the chat. I missed it. What are we seconding what Danny said? Let's see. Can you guys have him on here someday soon to tell his story? Who? Are we talking about Jamie? Yeah, we can get Jamie to come on the show.
Well, of course, yeah. He was in chat earlier. I don't know if he's still around.
Yeah, maybe we'll get him to come on Monday, and we'll start with Jamie. Let him tell the story about infiltration and cracking the uncrackable predator hunter nation. And hey, they've come at him hard. They've tried to ruin this man. They even paid somebody. You know what Ernie was trying to do with Doug? Like pay somebody to go on there and say they were Doug's gay lover. Well, they paid somebody to go on there and accuse Jamie of sending nude photos. Of course, they didn't provide any receipts. And I know they're going to say, well, you can't show a nude photo. Well, you can block stuff out. You can even block everything out except for his face. Show where the text was sent.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't that hard.
Well, of course, and another story, another person that's not really too fond of him, they said that Jamie and this person was at a truck stop right there on the North Carolina-Tennessee border, exit 440, said that they were there selling a child.
Yeah, Mexican child. They were specific.
Yep. And this is what they do.
And however they know this, and if they know it, surely God, the TBI and FBI and law enforcement would know it. Why is Jamie not in prison?
Yep.
Why is his accomplice not in prison? Oh, because it didn't happen.
Well, they've also said that Summer and Dawn went to Newport the day before she went missing, and they were saying that they had met Jamie or he was near them or something like that, to try to insinuate that he had something to do with what happened to her. Well, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
And this is what they do. And I mean, like I said, this is why the man's passionate. That's why he's got love for it. That's why he don't stop. I mean, hell, there's times he won't do a live because we're live, but this man will do a live every day just about.
Yeah.
And he gets in. I mean, it's just like a sermon. He's telling you. So go listen.
Hey, go look at some of his receipts on his YouTube channel. Yep. Predators of Predator Hunter Nation.
Now, he's had to screen or video record his laptop in a lot of the videos, but he's got some really damn good information in those. Really good information.
Yeah. Like where Ernie touched the...
his group chats with Tina and Ernie and all them.
Yeah. Where Ernie was inappropriate with another woman and Tina's children claiming that Ernie had done that to them.
Mm-hmm.
Tina don't like to talk about that.
Them also talking about having cops, local police, or actually, I think he's an agent, but having them on their quote-unquote list.
Yeah.
And this is in those chats, too. Like, it shows you a different side, the one they don't present on Facebook and YouTube. It shows the real side of them.
Yes, they did, Spooky ML. They said John Walsh was a trafficker.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They said that back when they had done that search for Summer. They were saying that story then. Yep. Like, there's some assholes, dude. Lie like a motherfucker, dude. Lie.
Not Today provided the link to Jamie's page. Go give him a like and a share and a sub. He's a friend of our channel. We're a friend of his. It's a network, baby.
Yep.
We got good friends, and Doug and No Thanks Investigates is one of them. We've got several. Crafting Through the Lies. So many good people helping bring that information to you.
Yep.
And it's all out there, and we're bringing it more and more every day.
Yep.
So you guys keep sending us what you got. Even if it's off the record, you don't want it on the record, we'll do that. If you want us to blast him full force with what you got, then we'll do that. We're not afraid of Ernie. And I think that's what bothers him the most. He don't control us.
Or the narrative.
Jamie. He don't control the narrative with any of
at all.
But yeah, he don't control Crafting Through the Lies. He's doxed that lady. Put information out on her.
Probably the worst I've seen so far.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
And
you know what? She's still steady cock smacking him. She does not give a shit.
Yeah.
She is an awesome person.
Yep.
Know that what she does, she don't get paid to do any of what she does. She does it out of the kindness of her heart because she cares. She's seen what he does.
Yep.
So she's looking out for her neighbor, her brother. Something we all need to start doing.
Right.
A lot of us are. But it'd be better if everybody's doing it. Look out for each other.
Yep. All right. Any more questions for tonight? We'll take one or two more while we're looking for the question to answer. Want to say that we have your back. And like I said, we're not going anywhere. We're not afraid. So any avenue you want to take, we'll go with you. Now, we won't stoop to the level of lying like Ernie does, but we don't need to. Because the truth is bad enough.
Yep.
So, yeah, he did go crazy on her. It was just insane, man. He's sharing, showing pictures of her grandkids and threatening. She laughs at him.
Yep.
He laughs at him.
And she is giving this dude shit since she came on the scene. And she has been good at it.
Yeah.
It's been awesome to watch. Awesome to watch. And see, he thought he was going to call her job and get her fired. He had no idea. He was being trolled on that.
Yeah.
On where she worked, where it was at, and everything.
She made a fool out of him.
I think he was calling hospitals in Cincinnati or something. I can't remember exactly. But it wasn't even where the lady was. That's what she does.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys have seen where she called Busch Gardens.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that was awesome.
She's got it, man. She got the spunk.
Yeah. Thank you for providing those links to everybody.
Yes.
Man, we have awesome mods. And you know what? We didn't even get their photo IDs. And they're still awesome.
Yep. Yes, they are.
Oh, my goodness. But it's been another great show, guys. And I'm not saying that for me. I'm saying it for you. Like, you guys have participated and kept us on our toes. And let's see. Hold on. Is there a specific video where Jamie tells his story? I'm not sure. Maybe one of his live videos where he talked. But we'll for sure set up a time with Jamie and have him come on.
Yeah. We'll do that this week. We'll make it a point to break away from the trial and sit down with Jamie and just have a nice little discussion about what he got to see when he was around him. I'm sure he won't care because, like I said, he'll do a live every day. The man's on fire about it.
That's right.
So, we'll announce it when we do it. We'll do it a day or two ahead of time, so everybody can know. Because, like we said, this man's been through the ringer with him. So,
Before, you need your social security number, ID, blood type, mother's maiden name, and bank info, especially the bank info. Yeah. Hey, before we go, I want everybody to do me a favor. I think there's 60-some people in here right now, but go ahead and type in the chat who you think, not who you're rooting for, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl tomorrow? Even if you're not a fan, I know you know who's playing. We got the Los Angeles Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals. So the Bengals are about 2 hours from me. So, on the map. So let me know who you think's going to win. And then you get kicked, Matt?
sorry, man.
Everybody's posting who they think's going to win the Super Bowl.
I'll tell you, I think the Bengals are going to win it.
That's who I got.
I think
I
Joe
want the
Burrows
Bengals
is
to win
destined,
too,
man.
The Rams are they really have a problem with getting smacked in the face, smacked in the mouth. Kind of like Ernie. They can't, they don't like it when it gets put right back on them, So I think the Bengals are going to come out, be physical, and take over.
And I think they feel disrespected too. So
Danny's representing Cali. She don't really watch sports, but she's representing Cali. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. Hey, home team's got a rule. I get you. My favorite team is the Dallas Cowboys. Have been since I was 5 years old. So I've had some good years, and for about the last 35 years, I've been miserable. Well, I don't know. It'll be 35. Yeah.
Like 25 or 30.
90,
94?
90, no, 90, 92 maybe, 93. The
Well, no, they
actual
won like
Super
2.
Bowl may have been played in 94. But, yeah. But, hey, you guys turned out again in big numbers. I know it was Saturday night, and we started super late again. But next one's scrolling across the bottom there, 9 p.m. on Monday. You guys enjoy your Valentine's weekend, the rest of it, Super Bowl weekend. Be sure and subscribe to the stand if you haven't. Subscribe to our friends that we've mentioned if you haven't. And let your friends know about it. Let your online friends know about it. Hey, check out this, man. They're actually covering a murder trial right now. That's already happened, but we got the confession of the murderer, and his brother plays a significant role in the outcome of the trial. Let them know.
Yep.
Hey, plug us, baby, plug us.
Yep.
But we going to make this crowd big and bigger, and that way the more people know about Ernie before he Ernies them, then they can get ahead of it. You know what I mean? So, and we appreciate you guys. I mean, here we are, 3.5 hours in, and still got a pretty good crowd in here. You guys have stuck with it, and we've been done with the trial part for
a couple hours.
Yeah. So, hey, you guys are awesome. Got anything else, Matt?
Well, I'm just thankful you guys showed up and excited what the future holds. We're going to get this guy.
We won't give you a strike. Use them. Give us credit. You're fine. Heck yeah, go ahead and use them.
What's that?
Gossip wants to know if we give her a strike if she used those videos and gave us credit. No, go ahead and use them. Just get put us a shameless plug in there. Give us say, hey, I found this on the stand. But Ernie likes the Cowboys because cowboy butts drive him nuts. No, Ernie's not a Cowboys fan. If he was, I wouldn't be anymore. Oh,
yeah.
Yes, please. Let's build a stand. Appreciate that. So we're going to sign out. Good night, everybody. Hope to see you guys back Monday and bring some friends with you. What do you always say, Matt?
Be a friend and tell a friend.
Be a friend, tell a friend. I'm Jimbo.
I'm Matt.
We'll see you guys Monday.
Y'all have a happy Valentine's.